sign. See you vibing with me, I just wanna see what's up. We just started dancing and I think I fell in love. We won't get this moment back, so please lift up my cup. Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you really wanna see the sun? I see you vibing with me, so what's up? We just started dancing, fell in love. But we don't have to do it if you don't want. Do you really wanna see the sun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? DJ keep playing the music. She throwing it back, she too thick. The way she move, she ruthless. She straight to the point like a toothpick. She asked can we take us a photo, only if I can take you to Ruth Chris. She laughed and said that's funny though, we got a deal if you bring the music. We put our cups in the air like we don't care, like we in the 90s. Stars in the sky, I'm feeling so high. The lights on the screen are just blinding. I don't even care, caressing your hair, enjoying the night 'cause we vibing. Not worried about tomorrow at all, 'cause we're gonna party to the sun. See you vibing with me, I just wanna see what's up. We just started dancing and I think I fell in love. We won't get this moment back, so please lift up my cup. Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you really wanna see the sun? I see you vibing with me, so what's up? We just started dancing, fell in love. But we don't have to do it if you don't want. Do you really wanna see the sun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun?
Lucid days, I'm getting closer to unlock my consciousness. The poison's only building up my tolerance. We were never born to be the obvious, isn't it obvious? Time is slipping, dial spinning. I still wonder if I'm dreaming, or maybe I'm the only one who's wide awake. Am I the only one? To know where we are. Am I the only one? To know where we are. Am I the only one? Up and down on my feet, feel like I'm ascending. I've planned every step, I've seen everything, so it's no surprise I can't sleep. It's just the push that I need. I've gone past the point, I'm all in. I know that you're thinking that you're really gonna do it, but you never really do it like me. Time is slipping, dial spinning. I still wonder if I'm dreaming, or maybe I'm the only one who's wide awake. Am I the only one? To know where we are. Am I the only one? To know where we are. Am I the only one?
sensation creeping in, but you look so good and I know what you're offering. Phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Yeah, my phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Is it the liquor in my system? My desires are so real. Got me caught up in this rhythm. Draw me in and make me feel. Draw me in and make me feel. Draw me in and make me feel. So good and I know what you're offering. Phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Yeah, my phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Is it the liquor in my system? My desires are so real. Got me caught up.
Who's causing trouble today? Not the no shy. Okay, Kenji's causing trouble. I've decided. What's up, dudes? How are we doing? Why is my voice still? Bro, you go to one baseball game. Guys, this is like streamflation, okay? You go to, hopefully that's not some like crazy, never mind. You go to one baseball game, you cheer on a couple of fellas, and your voice is scuffed all week. How many steps today? Brother, however many steps it is from my bed to the shower to my desk. Probably like, I don't even know if I've had my phone on me the entire time. Like maybe less than 150. Okay. How many steps today? How many steps today is really fun. Like to ask really early on. Imagine your coworker like pulls. Oh yeah, Rumel. I went to the Nationals Orioles game with my friend. He's a big Nats fan, obviously, and sometimes he invites us to go along, and I fucking love it every time. I look forward to it. It's so fun, man. God damn it, Tabard. God damn it. Fair enough. Nationals versus Oreos. That's pretty much what it, yeah, pretty much. They lost, unfortunately. Every time I go to a Nationals games, they lose. Every time. I might be cursed. Because I think the Nationals, like, have destroyed them in the series otherwise. But then they lost 7-3 or whatever. I gotta watch some of the replays to see if you can hear my voice on the cast. Dude, I'd be fucking if that's happening, I'm gonna quiet down my dude, I fucking love streaming at baseball games. Holy shit. Holy guacamole, man. Woof. That's 500 today. I've already done 500 steps today. I'm actually who's that? A sprinter? Olympic endurance runner. Okay, I think we're just ready. Can we just start, fellas? Baseball teams be losing. It could be both. Who be out running the gym? I know I'm doing a gym rerun today. Cringe. I thought about it a lot. I was like, should I just shiny hunt to celebrate? I'm gonna be streaming for a few hours. It should be like a shorter stream today. Streaming a few hours. What's it called? Before I go to the beach. We're going to the beach for a few days. I'm going until like Monday-ish. Only for a few days, not too long. Only like weekend trip, basically. Extended weekend trip. We're just going to celebrate a friend and shit, man. It'll be beautiful. The IronMan. Yeah, you know me. IronMan and PokeMMO definitely could do an IronMan triathlon IRL. I am physically fit enough for that. True. All right. Anyway, speaking of physically fit, OMG Beach. It is an East Coast beast, perchance. If you want, you could DM me, Cody, if you want, of course. The lay deets. Use sunscreen. Yeah, I need to use sunscreen real bad. What's up, Phil Pack? What's up, man? Philip Pack. Never you live, dude. I'm honored to have you, man. I've been really enjoying this stream, dude. Also, what the fuck? Don't say. I mean, I woke up feeling a little under the weather today, so you know what? I should just accept the positive comment. I really appreciate you saying that I can help your day like that. Even if I just help people's day 1%, you know, Phil, like that's pretty good in my book. That's all I'm trying to do, man. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know, man. I appreciate it. Anyways, okay. Let's get the recap started, boys. Sorry, I'm like coughing so much. Clear my throat. When your cam is on, well, I better turn that sucker on, okay? Can't gamble. Wilted Rose, one of the funniest, like, new commonly spammed bits. The Zoomers adapted the Wilted Rose. All right, fellas. Alrighty, fellas. Good morning, Patrouski here. Welcome to Stream Recap, PokeMMO Stream Recap 513. I'm excited. It is a pre-beach stream. I'm going on a little weekend vacation after this, so I'm very excited. Before that, we've got our PokeMMO progress to do, our IronMan grinding, our Shiny War prep, and our typical daily news, tips, tricks, information. Anything PokeMMO is discussed here daily on the recap. We always are consistent with it. First things first, we have one catch event right now. There's only one catch event scheduled, so our other news is more exciting stuff if you don't really care about catch events. I know a lot of the recaps tend to be catch events, so apologies, but I really like them. I think they're fantastic. They're really fun endgame content, and it's really fun for IronMan players and just new players especially as well. This next catch event, weekend catch event, are always good as well. Weekend catch events, Saturday at 4 p.m. ET, Saturday the 23rd of May, this Saturday. If you're watching the recap, it's tomorrow. If you're watching the stream, it's in 2 days. 4 p.m. ET, check your calendars. Route 18 in Kanto, there's Doduo, Firo, and Slugma you can catch for these species bonuses. Nature bonus is +5 for Jolly, +3 for Adamant. I use Team Synergy's website and go to their Pokedex to see what are the best ways to catch these Pokemon. I've been using that a lot for best catch rates. There is a shiny Doduo up for grabs, 3x 31 selectable IVs, 3x 28 in the other IVs, and 1,000 RP on top of it if you're an IronMan account. That is super important. Next up, a really, tragically beautiful, wholesome story here to actually tell. This guy, Ruben. Hello, recently my girlfriend accidentally traded a shiny muck and a shiny Galvantula with the OT Ruben to an account that wasn't mine. We have reached out to support and they told us that it was traded 10 days ago. We are both currently looking for it alongside some of our friends that are trying to help find it as well. As it stands, there's a 2,000 RP bounty on each of these Pokemon, plus an additional bounty from another player. Please keep an eye out for these two shinies if they pop up in trade chat or on the GTL. I think this is a classic, beautiful MMO story. I think, I know what this is like to try to look for, and this is like so recent as well, but I've tried to look for friends OTs, my old OTs, different like OT shinies in that regard. Like, this is super sick to see, and I wish them the best of luck, dude, on finding these Pokemon and finding their OT shinies. I hope they can come home, dude. Good luck, man. All right, next up, our daily item market check. Sorry, someone's actually at my door. I hope I don't F. Give me 1 sec, chat. Yeah, it's Cody at the door. That would make sense. Sorry, I was just maintenance. I got distracted. The wife got it, thankfully. Okay, we're so back. 1 sec. You know what? We can just use this quick little clip cut to actually just adjust this. That's totally fine. Hi, Huryu. Dude, what's up, Huryu? Dude, Huryu's been fucking going nuts as well on the fucking... Your shiny RNG evening out, bro, has been so sick to see, man. There's like another one today or some shit, bro. By Huryu, I hope so, man. It was beautiful to see. Huryu's the guy who went, and a lot of you guys know, but he went 170,000 encounters drive for 2 Dratini and like a Magikarp phase or whatever over at that shunning spot. What's up, Mew? How you doing, dude? Thank you for the sub, brother. What's up? Good morning. 26 months as well as nuts. Why do I feel so much more? I feel so much more like weird talking now on stream now that there's maintenance people. I feel so like streaming's a weird. I feel insecure. I feel weird. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the weird thing that we do, dude. That was a really fucking good video, Tabard. That video was. I hadn't seen that video. I hadn't prepped it. What do you want to? I hadn't I hadn't checked it out. That was a totally blind like fucking experience, and it was beautiful, man. It was super fucking cool to see that. Thankfully no F on that first clip there is really, really lucky as well. Okay, I'm ready to just go ahead and keep going. Let's see. What about vampire fangs today? All right. Alrighty, fellas, our market check today is going to be vampire fangs, and if I'm being honest with you, I love the vampire fangs. It is one of the few like more expensive vanities that I own on the main account, and the price history is a little bit weird. I mean, it's similar to most old school vanities. This is a vanity from 2016, so it came out in 2016 and it's never come back. It's a very, very limited thing, and it's also funny, it's one of the smaller vanities, right? You can see the people wearing it up here. It's only like 4 to 8 pixels. Like the vampire fangs are literally one of the smallest vanities. Most Pokeyen per pixel cost in all of PokeMMO, man. Okay, and you've got these, and they used to be really expensive. They come down a bit over time, but they're still really expensive for an old vanity like this. So you can see back in 2022-ish, they were around 140 million Pokeyen, 85 million Pokeyen. That's the price that I kind of remember, is around that 40 to 80 million Pokeyen mark. But you can see them come down, and it's hard to tell with this price history on PokeMMO Hub how accurate this was and if they actually sold for that price. You can see them being at around 35 mil or so here, and then even reaching a bottom out price, I believe around here, about like 19 million Pokeyen. When it comes to a vanity like this or an item like this that is just so infrequently sold, and there's so few of them on the market in general, you can see like the average vampire fangs on the market is probably about 2 to 3. There's usually about 2 to 3 on the market at all. In modern day, we see the price be at about 24 million Pokeyen. And this is one of those items that just, it sounds really simple and boring and dumb, because it kind of is. They just fluctuate based on what people are willing to pay for them. I know that sounds really, but it's true. More than anything, more than other, there's not like a constant demand for vampire fangs. They've been as low as 15, 16 mil actually, as you can see right about there in January of 2025. I think January 2025, they were as low as 16 million Pokeyen. They've been as high as, like, I would say like 80 mil is probably a real number. Like 40 to 80 mil is probably like where they usually sit on the high end. But they can range anywhere from, like, it's crazy to see an item be able to go from 15 mil, 16 mil to like 80 mil. But that's just how the vampire fangs operate, and it's how like these super rare niche old vanities operate. I really like them, but they're not a lot of, most people don't. They're not a lot of people's cup of tea, to put it nicely. All right, that is our typical daily news stuff. Let's now jump into the achievement showcase, I believe. All right, we have the someone's first shiny Blunt Force Trauma got his first ever shiny Tentacruel at 9,000 encounters. It was also 31 speed. Congratulations to him. Pretty simple, but a really cool achievement in PokeMMO. Still a really big deal. Your first shiny is awesome, and it feels different than every other shiny you'll get from this point forward. Good luck to you, man, on your future shiny hunts. Next up, this is a cool one, dude. From Xerix, a regular in my community, achieved all roaming legendaries on an IronMan account. It took him about 1 year. I don't even have all roaming legendaries on my IronMan account. I'm still missing Suicune. I haven't really been going for as much as I wish I have been, but I have other things going on, other goals that I'm preoccupied with, right? But Xerix has been able to get all roaming legendaries, man. It takes a lot, dude, and it's a long passive grind, and he payday picked up through all of it. I think that's a really cool thing to do on an IronMan account, because on a main account, is that really worth it? To be fair, 2 years ago, if you asked me, should I payday pick up while hunting for legendaries, I would have said no. Nowadays, payday pickup has kind of become back on the menu. Payday pickup is more viable now that money making is more difficult, honestly, and Pokeyen flows less freely. That makes base methods like payday pickup much more viable. So congrats to Xerix for finally achieving all of the roaming legends. Next up, this guy hit his first rare shiny Ponyard after 1 year of playing the game, which is still pretty darn good in my opinion. And then he ended up getting a Staryu just 2 weeks later. 2 rares within 2 weeks after playing the game for over a year. And I guess, is Staryu like a rare? There's arguments here. They're both single encounter shunts and pretty difficult ones. Staryu ends up being a bit better during certain times, but I think still fantastic shiny hunt, still great Pokemon. The Ponyard, I believe, was at do like 2,000 encounters, and then the Staryu was at like 25,000. So both pretty big ranges on these 2 great shinies, man. Congratulations to you, Kang. Next up, Paste is Honey. Only 1,700 eggs, he says, and he got himself the shiny Shroomish. But it's crazy to me. I respect him being like, yeah, only 1,700 eggs. Bro, he was 45,000 encounters dry. This is a guy who is obviously single encountering, hunting for Shroomish, as well as egging it passively, is my guess. And he ended up just hatching it via an egg and getting a shiny Shroomish. Shiny Shroomish, Petalburg Jail, a very infamous shiny hunting lockdown spot for a lot of players. It's a lot of people's like first single encounter spot. A lot of people get trapped there for thousands of hours. Congrats on breaking out of jail, man. All right, next up, we have a player who got themselves a Shalfa, and Shalfas are always, they're just crazy because it's likely, I play Pokemon a lot, obviously, and it's likely that I will never have a Shalfa in my entire career because they're just so darn rare. First ever. Now it's funny when people say first ever shiny alpha. Bro, first ever is so funny because like it implies you might get a second. Getting one is insane. But congratulations. I love this name. Glorified Slob is a fantastic name, man. Congratulations on your Shalfa Pelipper. A pretty beautiful Shalfa to get as well. The green shiny with that glow on it is really, really cool. And he got it after only 43 total alpha encounters on his account. That was crazy. The fact you can go check your alpha encounters now in game. I love that the encounter counter has a lot of secret, like maybe not secret, but underrated ways to sort that I think even myself doesn't talk about enough, or like doesn't really show people enough. You can do so many different sorting methods, and it's really cool to see over on, like I said, I have like 1,200 to 1,300 or so eggs on my IronMan account. Is cool to see those milestones. Thank you for the raid, by the way, Lottie. What's up? Good morning to you. Next up, dude, I love when people, I'm not an Excel spreadsheet guy. I sucked at collecting data or logging things, or if I do it very scrappily with like a notepad document, right? A Windows notepad document. I love those who are talented with stuff like this. And I respect people like CS logging his entire shunting career like this. After 488,000 encounters, he ended up with 18 shinies. That's an average rate of about 27,000 encounters per shiny, which is really good. That's like, if you're popping Dunder status and shiny charm sometimes, that's about on rate, or like even above rate. That's like quite good. Here's my chart showing my luck getting shinies through over almost 2,800 hours of gameplay. I have a full Excel spreadsheet as well. I'm glad there are people who are good at Excel spreadsheets in the world, because you carry video game data in that regard, man. And he goes over all the shit he's got, and we can actually zoom in on the graph. And what's cool about it is you see the RNG evening out. I always talk about, like, if you shunt long enough, the RNG will even out. The red bar is his odds, his RNG, and the blue bar is what it is expected on average. So you can see he was actually very lucky in the early parts. He was under odds. He was very lucky, right? To my, that's how that, yeah. And then as he went on, it started to go, he would start to go dry a little bit and even out, and then towards the end, now he's almost in line with the average. And obviously, like, you're never going to be in line with it fully, but it's really cool to see like the averaging out and like the RNG. Like, you're going to go through wet streets and dry streets in your shiny hunting career as long as you shiny hunt long enough to make it that far. And it's a beautiful thing to remind people of that and encourage that. That is our stream recap intro for today, and I'm going to do something I think very funny that I don't usually do, but because it's beach day, today's stream recap is going to be a little bit more all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my movie Patrouski takes. It is either your most favorite or least favorite part of the stream. This is not for you. You can go ahead and skip over it in the timestamps. That will not hurt my feelings. I want you to watch my content for yourself. You don't need to pity me, right? You're here to be entertained. If you're not entertained, call me stinky in the comments, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about what movies I've been watching recently. If you don't know, I've been watching about a movie a day for the past 13 months, and it's been a really amazing hobby to jump into alongside PokeMMO. It's a way for me to like make friends and communicate with you guys on another level as well. It's been really beautiful to bond with some of you guys in an extra level over what movies we like and movie recommendations and disagreeing. And some of my favorite people in my community, like Clarko, love him to death, right? We disagree on some of like my favorite. He hates Whiplash. I love Whiplash. I love The Long Walk. He hates The Long Walk. And you kind of build that friendship or build that connection. And it's cool because movies are such a good side task with PokeMMO. We're all playing this very grindy long-term game. It is nice to have, we're all, watch YouTube, watch movies, watch anime shows, whatever it may be. It's cool to talk about the things we're doing on the side while watching it, while playing the game. Why not? Let's go ahead and talk about it. First things first, starting from the bottom. Lars and the Real Girl. I rewatched Lars and the Real Girl in a movie theater showing near me, and it was an amazing experience, dude. Lars and the Real Girl was already like a 9 out of 10 movie to me. It was already like very, very unique. If you don't know Lars and the Real Girl, it's not really a spoiler. It's all about Ryan Gosling, who is an extremely lonely Turbo Online before Turbo Online was a thing, but he's not really Turbo Online. He's like isolated. He's an extremely lonely, isolated, disenfranchised young man, right? And he orders a sex doll, and that's his girlfriend. And then he walks around town, introducing her to everyone as his girlfriend. And he acts like she's real, and he's going through this like he's going through a delusion, a psychosis of some sorts. And it's a really beautiful movie about loneliness, and I think it actually is like one of my favorite movies about it. I think it's really beautiful. Watching this in theaters, I've never seen a movie more distinct in its experience in watching it alone versus in theaters. I watched this movie a few years ago for the first time in my room in the dark alone, playing a game probably on the side, playing RuneScape probably. And then I watched it in theaters, and it's crazy because when you watch it alone, it's more depressing and it's drama filled and it's sad and it's like a psychoanalysis. And when you watch it in theaters with people, it becomes a lot more lighthearted and funny. I've never had a more differing experience watching a movie alone versus watching it in theaters. It's really, really beautiful. This role is also why I love Ryan Gosling, because I love a person who can play very vulnerable, like loser type roles, right? In traditional society, whatever, right? We live in a society, Joker emoji. I love a person who can play these like loser type roles, but can then also go play like the Giga Chad roles that he obviously always does. I like that he can like kind of do these roles as well. Next up, American Ultra. American Ultra is a really, really cool idea. It's also with, isn't it Jesse Eisenberg? Is that his name? Let me go double check. I also have reviews for all of these, like written reviews on my letterbox, and I really do try to put good effort into that. I see you in game over here. We got someone dancing around me. What's up, man? Much love to you. Stives. Let's see if, you know what? This is important. What's up, man? I see you, gamer. How you doing today? Much love to you. Okay, anyways, back to Movie Patrouski, okay? American Ultra is a really cool idea. It's a really cool premise. It's about like a gas station employee and it's been a while since I've watched it. I logged it because I've watched this before, but never logged it on Letterboxd and forgot about it. I gave it a 5.9 out of 10. Oh, sorry. I gave Lars and the Real Girl a 10.5 out of 10 as a theater watch. As an at-home watch, like a 9.5 out of 10. An amazing movie. Gonna give it a like, right? This is Jesse Eisenberg and Kirsten Stewart, a really funny duo that I think worked really, really well as a duo. But this movie really falls flat in my opinion. The idea is really good, but the execution is not there. That's always one of like the saddest things when watching a movie. There are some movies with really good premises where the execution just falls flat, and it's always kind of a bummer. So that's the best way to describe American Ultra. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a fun movie. Yeah, it's a really unique, fun movie. Next up, Clue. One of the few 80s movies that I like, 1985, Clue. Clue was really ahead of its time, man. It is such a fun, I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie as well. Thank you for the banana on my face. I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie because it's one of the few movies I had on DVD growing up. And if you grew up, you know, in our generation, oh, like holy boomer, back in my day, you'd have a few movies on DVD, and if you had those, you would rewatch them over and over and over again. I would go to 7-Eleven and get like $5 movies, and you'd watch those movies over and over and over again. But what was cool about Clue is that just like the board game, Clue has like different multiple endings. It was really ahead of its time. And as a kid who only got like one DVD or maybe like 3 DVDs a year, right? Being able to watch a movie with different endings was like super sick, man. Clue is a 10 out of 10. Argue with a wall, dude. It's so fun. Clue is fantastic. It's really fun. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. It's one of the few like older movies like that. Not few, but like an older movie that holds up in my opinion. Next up, do I even spend much time talking about all the Nathan Fielder? These are just Nathan Fielder YouTube videos. I can ramble a little bit about Nathan for you potentially, I guess. Like Thin Watermelon, Dance, and The Web. Those are all just like Nathan Fielder YouTube videos because they're logged them on Letterboxd. Why the fuck not? They're little comedy sketches. Nathan For You is a show that I didn't like watching growing up. It kind of made me sad because I feel like he was making fun of people a little too much. And then as I got older, I think I just appreciated it way more. Same with like that and Impractical Jokers. I didn't like those things growing up. And then as an adult, I've watched them and been like, no, this is like definitely worth the bit. And it's like fucking genius and beautiful. And I really, really enjoy it. So And then The Rehearsal. If you haven't seen The Rehearsal, season 1 and 2 are both phenomenal. Check them out. Love me some Nathan Fielder. I really came around to him over there. It took me a while, but I came around to him. Absolutely love him now, and I love his his dance video is my favorite one of his. Anyways, next up, In the Blink of an Eye. Man, I love Kate McKinnon. This has Kate McKinnon in it. That's why I watched it. This movie was such a letdown, and the opening is just really... It's a movie that is very much trying to be like deep and profound, but it kind of just doesn't. It's not pretentious, I don't think, but it also just doesn't hit that depth. It's a movie all about like the cycle of life. It's a movie about 3 different stories: a Neanderthal couple, a modern age couple, and then like a future couple type thing, or a future person. It is cool in theory. It's just deeply uninteresting is the best way to describe this, and it felt uninspired, sadly. I like what they were going for, but it just didn't work out in my opinion. That was like a random streaming service kind of movie kind of night. Next up, The Sheep Detective. Bro, everybody's talking about this movie. I went in with like low expectations. I thought it was really good. I gave The Sheep Detectives a 9.6 out of 10. I'm always skeptical whenever there's like a super highly rated kids movie. I feel like people tend to overrate stuff like that out of like feel goods versus like not having the depth or whatever. But dude, I think this movie will go on to be like a classic. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's so well done. I really can't rave about The Sheep Detective. I think it's a really wholesome, sweet, and it gets better and better as it goes on. The first like 30 minutes is kind of fine. The first 30 minutes to like 45 minutes is like a solid kids movie, but I think it really does get better, and it's really fun, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought it had the complexity and had the loop arounds like for a kids movie. I thought it was really well done. It's a fun like whodunit. It's what's it called? It's Knives Out for kids is the best way to describe Sheep Detectives, man. And it's fucking cute, and it's well done in my opinion. Next up, Riff Raff. This is a movie that me and my wife started, and she did not want to finish. She couldn't get around to it. This has a crazy cast. Riff Raff is Jennifer Coolidge, Ed Harris, Lewis Pullman, who's the sentry from Thunderbolt. So I'm falling in love with Lewis Pullman. I think this guy's having a moment, or is gonna I think he is like really fucking talented, insanely talented, good charisma. I think Lewis Pullman's awesome. Bill Murray, Pete Davidson. The cast of this movie is ridiculous. The cast of this movie is like really fucking impressive. It's a really weird movie. How do I describe Riff Raff? Riff Raff is all about, it's kind of like a mobster movie, but it's almost like mobster. It's like Trailer Park Mobster in the best way, which I know about that a little bit. I love Riff Raff. Is it's I give it a 5.4 out of 10. It's so slow. The first hour of Riff Raff is just so slow and like not engaging and not great, unfortunately. And then the final like 20 to 30 minutes is quite good, but it just took them way too long to get there. I give it a 5.4 out of 10 in my opinion. Next up, Obsession, one of the most talked about movies right now in theaters. I think Obsession is quite good. I found it much more, as a wife guy, I found it much more funny than scary. I would give this like a lot of people are finding it scary though, so it just depends on who you are and where you're at. I don't want to be one of those guys who's like, oh yeah, I'm so tough. This movie wasn't even scary to me. No. I get scared from movies. Hokum was really scary. Hokum had me fucking spooked, bro. Hokum in theaters right now is like a 9 out of 10 scary to me. Hokum's also a 9.5 out of 10 movie. Check out, if you have to choose between Obsession and Hokum, I'd watch Hokum. I think Hokum is much better, but I think Obsession is more of a crowd pleaser and more palatable. I think Obsession's a really fun movie. I gave Obsession an 8.6 out of 10. It's a really fun movie with really good acting from both the leads. I think is it Indy Navarrete? I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. She's insane. This might be some of the best acting I've ever seen. And what do I know about acting? But some of the best acting that I, as a casual layman moviegoer, some of the best acting I've ever seen in like a breakout performance like this. It's actually it's like so insanely fucking talented. I hope she goes on to get a bunch of opportunities and do a lot of amazing things. This is a $1 million budget horror movie that has made over like 25 million. You love to see budget movies like do well, and they did a really fucking good job. It's really good. Yeah, Obsession was very funny. I agree. It was very funny. Like leaned way funny, like 90% funny, 10% scary, which is like totally fine. I love that. It's just good to tell people before you go, I guess. Like tell people that going in. I think Obsession is downright and deeply entertaining is the best way to put it. And I think it is a pretty good analysis of like the type of guy that this guy is. I think it's a good bit. Someone called it online like a good critique or analysis of like nice guy culture, and I think that kind of, I didn't make that up, but I think it's a pretty good like nail on the head type of beat. Next up, Eraserhead. I rewatched Eraserhead. The first time I ever watched Eraser, yeah, yes, Pat ruining the market again. I'm ruining the movie market. No, the ratings are gonna be fucking ruined, guys. No, that's a that's a good bit. Eraserhead, when I first watched it, I still don't really, it's so weird. I don't know how I feel about David Lynch. I'm so on the fence. I'm so like confused. I don't really get it. The first time I watched Eraserhead, I literally could not rate it, but I also couldn't stop thinking about it. And that's the main thing. I give Eraserhead a pretty generous 7.2 out of 10. It's good to, I think it's good to tell people heading into the movie. I watched it fully blind. It's good to tell people heading into the movie it is a movie about anxiety over like parenthood and over like young men dating and kind of like that. Like it's in a movie about the anxieties of early parenthood and things like that. So that's the best way. I think it's good to know that going into it versus just going in fully blind. This movie had me deeply confused my first watch, and I didn't even give it a score, but I haven't stopped thinking about it. It's been about a year probably, and I haven't stopped thinking about it. So I finally rewatched it with my wife, and I do feel like I understand a lot of the major themes now, but even then, I don't fully understand. But it's a good thing. Like sometimes I watch pretentious movies and I'm like, this movie is so pretentious, it's trying to be like profound, but it's honestly deeply simple. I feel this way about Inception. I'm sorry, I know, kind of a hot take. I'm sorry, feel free to disagree with me. Maybe I just don't want to get Inception. I need to rewatch Inception, to be fair. But Eraserhead, to me, like, I truly don't feel like I understand everything David Lynch is trying to tell me, and it leaves me like, I want to know. I want to know what he's trying to express. I want to know how he feels. It's a weird, like, Eraserhead leaves me feeling in a way that no other movie leaves me feeling. And that's the best way I can describe it. It is easily the weirdest movie I've ever watched in my entire life. I don't know if I'd even recommend people watching it. Maybe once in your life, but I wouldn't rush out to go. It's weird. It's just very strange. Next up, okay, I was giving it like a 7.4 out of 10. Devil Wears Prada 2. This was a lot better. I don't like the first one personally, respectfully. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not the market audience. It makes sense. I gave Devil Wears Prada 1 like a 4, like a 3.8 out of 10 or some shit. I give the second one a 7.6. I thought the dialogue was really witty and the comedy was really, really well done. I think every time they tried to go deep, they like scratched at something interesting and then it kind of fell flat and they made things monotone, which is a little unfortunate. But it did have more depth than the original, and I liked there was I don't want to spoil too much, but like they explained elements of like the fashion industry to someone like myself who knows nothing fucking about that, right, in a way that I could understand and empathize with. And I thought that was really, and I walked away like interested, and I walked away like, man, I feel like I learned something a little bit, and that was really cool, man. So I think the Devil Wears Prada 2 was better than I expected, like way better as a sequel. I gave it a 7.6 out of 10. I thought it was better than the original. All right, there is our movie. You survived it. Get your t-shirts. I survived movie Patrouski, even though I'm just here to watch him play PokeMMO. Get your t-shirts. Let's go ahead and jump into gameplay, questions from chat, daily discussions, talking points. Let's go ahead and do our gym rerun, fellas. Boom, 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 boom. Hopefully no F. Hopefully no F. Let's go to the beach. Okay. He knows the bobs. Bobby knows the bobs. Yeah, I survived. No F. We're beach saved. The beach is saving us. Fixed. Actually fixed. Actually fixed. The beach is saving our lives. The beach has revived us. The beach is everything. Shiny War Prep is everything. No. The beach is everything. True. How's my voice still so scuffed, man? All right. Don't rage bait me on beach day, Glossu. Come on. How are you doing? How are you doing as a person? What are you up to? What hobbies have you been into, dude? What's up, man? No, once again, I haven't seen enough. I always hear about all the David Lynch fans and all the David Lynch fan. I understand the obsession, right? Haha, obsession. Yeah, I don't think I'm sorry. I appreciate that you remembered it and are interested in it. I could probably maybe do it in a sec, Pasty. I didn't want to do it today. I was like, today's kind of a chill day. I could probably do it though. Today's a chill. I mostly just want to yap today. Like honestly, I'm mostly yapping today. What was I saying though? Like I'm still on the fence with David Lynch. I didn't know he did a daily LA report. That's so interesting. Content creation king. I'm actually so behind. This needs to be 129, by the way. Like I'm so behind. I needed to change that for the past. This is the 3rd day now. We are early today. Yes. What's up, man? All these videos. That's so funny. Like and I think out of David Lynch movies, I think I've only seen Eraserhead. I haven't seen Blue Velvet. I haven't seen Mulholland Drive, which are like the big ones. And I want to like give myself space to watch those properly. Like that's really important, obviously. I think I watched The Elephant Man when I was really young. I think I watched The Elephant Man when I was like 14 or something. But I haven't seen it since then, so I need to like rewatch it. Haven't seen Twin Peaks. I want to watch his Dune. I feel like his Dune would be fantastic. Is his Dune the entire Dune story in one movie? How long is the movie? It's a little bit over 2 hours. Like it's not like a trilogy or whatever the same way. Is the difference between male and female Pokemon, like, you know, if or sorry, Charizard? It depends on at what stage. This is a great question. It depends on what stage of like the breed or what stage the Pokemon is in. They can matter price wise, and they can matter if you're doing a breed, because the female Pokemon decides the breed, right? So let's say I have a female Typhlosion. I can breed a female Typhlosion with like a male like Poochyena, and that will come out Typhlosion. And you probably want a Typhlosion. You probably don't want a Poochyena, right? But once it's done, like once it's like a Jimmy Run Typhlosion, once all the stats are there, does not matter. The gender does not matter. Once it's like a fully comp thing or whatever, great question, does not matter. Would you ever go for an edge to the same one for Kratos one day? On the IronMan account, yes. I don't know if I have any interest in egging on the main. I've really been demotivated, unfortunately, egg hunting over the past 2 years or so. They've made a bunch of changes to egg hunting on main accounts and or just, you know, in the game, and myself and many of the high level players do not like them, sadly. And it sucks because, like I've always said, they kind of rebalanced egg hunting around players who don't egg hunt to try to get them into egg hunting, and I don't know how successful that was. Maybe it was. I actually don't know. We don't have the data on that, you know. But it left a lot of the people who liked egg hunting being like, well, what the heck? And then now this activity we used to enjoy, like, we don't enjoy it as much. A lot of people I know stopped egging because of the changes, so it's just sad. But I would love egg hunting on an IronMan account is awesome. I would love that. That's a beautiful, you know. Also, if you still like egging on the main, that's awesome. You know, that's awesome as well, right? Yes, Pokemon. So yeah, but it's easy to not know that, Sailor Moon. Like, it's a weird. Pokemon will make you learn so many things you wouldn't have thought about, you know, prior. It's always been like that, but it's easy to not think about that. Like, I always used Dittos growing up, you know, like in like Pokemon White 1, right? You can breed mons within the same egg group, yes, and female decides the species. A really good example of this, Sailor Moon, is like Magikarp. Magikarp is like, you know, not a very useful Pokemon. Dumb old Magikarp, only knows Splash, right? Well, male Magikarps, they're in the Dragon Egg group. So if you get like a 31 attack IV Magikarp, you can breed that with a 31 speed female Gibble, like Garchomp, and then make a 2x31 Garchomp, if that makes sense. Dude, yeah, breeding is really, really important in PokeMMO. It's a big aspect of the game. Dude, what's up, G-Stroms? Happy to have you. Yeah, early stream today. Early, man. Early bird gets the Orthworm. Or at least the Raptor gets the Orthworm. There you go. Here's my college class. What a cool fucking job, or like, that's all. I love that. Just weather report. That's so cute. What? That's awesome, Quizbee. What the fuck? I have a feeling that my third shiny on my IronMan account is another Rapidash. Did you already have 1 or 2 Rapidashes? Good luck to you, man. I really want to egg hunt one day on the main. That would be amazing. I'm working through my backlog at the moment. Astalon, Tears of Earth, the Metroidvania setup. It's our gaming better at it. Dude, hell yeah, man. I love that's the perfect answer. When I ask someone, like, you know, what are you up to recently? What hobbies are? I think one of the best things. Try this at your next. For anyone in my chat who actually goes out and socializes, which is obviously all of us. We're all social butterflies, true and real. But anytime you meet a new person, like at like a party or a hangout or as the kids say, a kickback, a bar or some shit, right? I hate when people ask, what do you do for a living? Because most people don't really care about what they do for a living. Most people, like, you know, their job's just a job. They want to just pay their rent, blah, blah, blah. I'm a big fan of asking, what do you do for fun? What do you do after work? What's your favorite hobbies, passions, interests, you know? I sound like fucking, I sound a little bit like that Jaden Smith tweet where he's like, let's talk about the state of the world. Come on, guys. Stop talking about the weather. Guys, what I care about is passions, hobbies, and interests, guys. Come on. Be deep like me. Okay, Tabard, shut the come on. We're not 16 anymore. Come on. Ugh. I don't ask what to do for a living. I survive. Yeah, like I respect, dude. I try not to do that because, like, once again, I mean, some people, you know, I try to ask, what do you do after work, you know? Anyways, the Cranidos reaction, I broke my chair in the Cranidos reaction. Fun lore fact. Like that, which is like, that's the only time it's ever happened, you know? Hey, sometimes depression hits you like a brick wall. Sailor Moon, much love to you, man. We surviving out here, okay, King? And we're with you. No, okay, enough. Okay, it's fucking 10 a.m. Can we not talk about Jorkin this much? Okay, anyways. Guys, what passions and hobbies are you into besides jorking right now, guys? Me trying to ask the internet. It's so cooked, bro. Nothing. Smiley face. Checking my choke. Oh, I thought you were. I'm such a, god damn it, naive and hopeful. I thought you were saying checking my ham. I also just made a ham, so I was like, oh, maybe he's cooking a ham right now. That would be cool. I have ham leftovers in my fridge right now. I actually made a 10-pound ham that I've been slowly whittling. My wife doesn't even like ham, so I made a 10-pound ham for myself because it was $15. Dude, it's fed me for like I don't know how many meals, bro. No, stop. Okay. Okay, how do I? Streamer tries to make his chat stop talking about jerking off. Challenge level impossible. God, it's kind of millennial coded. So that just happened. Like that's I don't like that. Yikes. I love ham, bro. We're totally hooked. Yo, welcome. Ignore everybody in chat being unhinged. It's an honor to have you. When can I start breeding? Once you have access to usually the 4th gym badge in certain regions. Breeding is a lot of fun in Pokemon, in my opinion. Also, your English is totally perfect to me, man. If you've taken the time to learn a second language when I only know English, I have no right to complain about improper English. I may ask, you know, if I ever can't understand something, I may ask for you to repeat something or rephrase it. But usually people who are like, yo, sorry, my English isn't the best, has better English than me. So you're probably good, man. What else are we supposed to do while shunting? Watch movies, listen to albums front to back, engage in art, culture, drink energy drinks, watch sports, talk to your friends. No, okay, it is 10:45 a.m. on a Thursday. You guys are cooked. Anyways, okay, what else are we doing? Fortnite, because he's playing Fortnite. Oh, we love Fortnite. I'd rather that than we love Fortnite. What's it called? You guys got me all fucking distracted. My wife's been playing a little bit of the like Overwatch crossover, shutting out work. I respect. People are saying that dude, when I saw the gameplay, the Tracer guns, I literally was like, it just looks like you're playing like Tracer in. It doesn't look like you're playing Fortnite. It looks like you're playing Tracer in like the Fortnite map. Like it looks insane. Like the way like her guns and like the fact that you actually have all the dashes and stuff. Like it's pretty crazy. I don't like Fortnite. I think Fortnite's fine. I like Fortnite to me is like the ultimate like 6 out of 10 game. I think it's a fun little, but I respect it. Like I'm glad people like it. I respect it. I think it was for so many years, Fortnite was just like the easy like go-to dunk on game. It was like, oh, do I want to make friends and get free social points? Let me just pretend I don't like this game that I've actually barely played or ever tried. I probably put like 200 hours or less than in Fortnite, or maybe like 300 or less. I'm not a whole lot, you know. I haven't played a whole lot. It's really easy to be like, oh my god, guys, Lamau, Fortnite brained. Oh my god, Fortnite's so bad. And I have problems with like the amount of the pace of updates or whatever, but I think Fortnite's probably overhated, but I mean, any game that gets flooded by a young audience is always overhated. People forget, but the same thing happened with Minecraft. Like Minecraft when it first came out was like really cool and pog and like amazing and like so phenomenally ahead of its time and creative and blah blah. And then a bunch of kids and young people started playing Minecraft. Oh, now Minecraft's just a kid's game. Oh, Minecraft sucks now. And then like give it like 5 to 6 years. Actually, Minecraft's a really good game. We were just angry, you know, like that. It's society is so fucking predictable, bro. It's always the pendulum swings. It's always like everyone, myself included, I'm fucking, you know, predictable. We're all very reactionary, man. It's very, we don't like to think of it like that, but we're all very like reactionary, and it's very, I am too, man. Just interesting, you know, to see the same kind of, recognize the patterns and see them happening over and over and over again. Really a one-to-one. I'm glad people are enjoying it, man. That's cool. I'm not a huge Fortnite memer. I respect it. Yeah, I think that's exactly. I think it's unbelievably based, Mew. Man, it's 10:40. Can't we? What's one? Everybody in chat, what is one good thing that has happened to you this week? I have to retrain people's brains. Everybody's brains is like, and to be fair, I get it. It's rough out there, okay? But I gotta retrain our brains, bro. I'm alive, I guess. I mean, that's not a bad answer. Like, I can breathe. Stop saying you jorked it. You didn't. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, you got a bed to go to. Had a great meal this week. Where did you go to have a great meal? It'd be really funny if you were like Burger King. Yeah, I got the K-pop Fortnite meal deal at McDonald's. I had a really good meal this week. That'd be really funny. My roommates cooked it. Okay, based. My first that's fucking huge, Ubero. I feel like I remember you. What was it? I feel like I remember talking to you about a shiny this week. But what remind me of the species. The Team Hunters with me went crazy though. I didn't actually try it, so I can't be a hater. I'm getting very, I mean, I was sick already. I don't like, Ditto IRL is a great name. I don't like all the hot take. I know this is like, you know, I don't like all the fucking like collab deal. It's like, oh, you collab with fucking Fortnite collabs with McDonald's, and all of a sudden the meal is like $17 for like a Big Mac and fries. And it's like, dog, it feels really brutal. But also, I don't know. It feels like a special sauce or some shit. I love sauces, so I don't know. I'm guilty too, you know. I don't want to. So the sad part is I'm a reluctant K-pop Demon Hunters hater. I don't want to be a K-pop Demon Hunter hater. That's such a long, what a mouthful. I don't want to be a stick in the mud. I don't want to be a grumpy puss, you know. I wish I liked it. I only watched the first 15 minutes or maybe even like 5 minutes. And I love anime, okay? I'm used to anime. I'm used to like over-expressive faces. The animation and the faces and like the cringy jokes in the first 5 minutes of K-pop Demon Hunters, I just couldn't get through it, man. I need to get through it. I only listened to like one song. I need to like give it another shot. What's up, Pumpkin? What the Maiden's Field? What's up? Cute. Oh, secret memes. Secret memes. One sec. Okay, we're back. The memes are no longer secret. Can I just flex the fact? I mean, this, to be fair, this is what vacation day does to a motherfucker. I slept 5 hours last night, and I'm still fucking dodging punches, telling chat to stop jorking it. I'm fucking up and at 'em, bro. I'm up and at 'em. My wife's packing my suitcase while I stream because she spoils me. We're getting ready to go to the beach, but I'm excited, man. You can tell it was made for K-pop. Yeah, that's other, like, I mean, people fucking love K-pop. What's the I'm stealing this bit from someone else. I think it was probably NL. But what's cool about K-pop, I'm not a huge, I mean, I don't dislike K-pop. It's more like I don't, what's the, there's like a few songs. I might have like one or two on my playlist. What are you having today? A little bit. Not, I probably need more, Quizby, to be honest. I'm fucking Hong Shu. But like, what's cool about K-pop is like, it seems like one of the most music genres for like all ages. Like kids like K-pop, like 25-year-olds like it, 80-year-olds like it's crazy. If you go talk to people, like K-pop is one of the most like widely loved genres regardless of age, which is interesting. It was amazing. Dude, I need to rewatch. I need to give K-pop Demon Hunters a rewatch. I need to give it, I don't like to dislike things. As I've aged. If you asked me this 2 years ago, I think I used to be a lot, even like just, which is not that long, right? Like, I mean, it isn't 2 years when you're 28. Like, I feel like your 20s. I mean, maybe it'll be like this your whole life. I don't know. I feel like I go through a lot of growth constantly because I make a lot of mistakes and I'm really stupid. Like 2 years ago, I would have been a lot more like edgy and like proud about like disliking things, and like I loved making like flaming movies I didn't like, blah blah blah, having like super hot takes. I don't like disliking things anymore. Like I'm not proud that I dislike K-pop Demon Hunters. I wish I liked it, you know. What's up, like, dude? That's a good question, King. That's a good one, man. Good luck to you, dude. Good luck, man. What do you need it for? You don't want me asking. Good luck to you, man. A song. I respect a lot of people. I respect it. Me when dude, Tabard, you gotta go to the beach. Or no, don't keep him away from the beach. Actually, my mistake. Keep him away from the beach. Okay. Anyways. Oh no, Jimmy Run team. It's a yeah. Oh, gotcha. We've all the love of God, dude. That's the dude. One of the craziest, that's actually, you're spitting fucking facts, Plate Veil. One of the hardest alphas to wait for, especially on a main account if you need to, like, you know, for prices, or on an IronMan account especially, waiting for a alpha pickpocket Weavile spawn. Oh, dude. That shit's a pain in the butt. That shit's rough. That shit's a lot, dude. How does Tom get banned but not Tabard? The world may never know. Favoritism. Spin the, yeah, when is Shiny War? We don't know yet. It'll probably be in about 2 months. Historically, it's happened in mid-July, so probably in about 2 months, maybe less than 2 months. That makes me want to puke to say out loud. Less than 2 months, no fucking shot. I'm trying to think. I'm literally going on vacation today. I'm trying to think, should I plant berries today? Do I really want to be berry farming while on vacation? I think the answer might be yes. That's how fucking cooked I am, bro. I need to lock. Wow. Yep. Okay. Now you're joining them, Quizby. I thought you were with me. God damn it. It's too early for this. But fossil my main goal. How many should I save up for Shining Wars? I currently have 800. Man, it's, I mean, I would, Ironman account or main account? I mean, as many as you can, Luke. Like, if a fossil shiny is your goal, the shitty answer is probably like 15,000 or more, man. Like, it's fucking expensive, you know? Probably like 15,000 or more, and then you can rebreed a bunch of the fossil mons with like with themselves or with other like shittos or dittos or like monster male breeders if you get like female cranidoses and stuff. Like, it's, I only have like 300 fossils for reference, you know, 325 or so. This game needs more events or more ridges implemented into it. I think it's a valid, I don't want to qualify, this is a valid opinion. I don't want to like make you feel like you know, feel free to, I think it's totally valid. I don't personally feel that way at all. I run into a lot of people who are like, I feel, yeah, and I think, and to be honest, I think a lot of people feel the way that you do, Wally. So like whatever, I'm in favor of whatever's best for the game. Personally, PokeMMO to me is like Minecraft, where like there is so, I have way too much to do. There is so much content. There is so much to do. like if you, Minecraft is infinite gameplay for a reason. However, a lot of people stop playing Minecraft after the beating the Ender Dragon, right? And it's not that you wouldn't blame. It's weird that I do feel like in PokeMMO the game gets blamed for that, but in Minecraft they'd be like, oh yeah, my Minecraft phase ended, I'm bored of Minecraft. They wouldn't be, oh, Minecraft has no content post Ender Dragon. Well, like no, it's literally infinite, right? It's a sandbox type thing, right? I feel like PokeMMO has infinite content. The amount of Pokemon you can create, the amount of shinies, the PvP, the collection aspects, the 2012 collecting, the rare bugged Pokemon, trainer reruns. But I have a video called, if you are bored, but like you said, a lot of people find themselves in the position that you're at, so it's a real problem. Even if I don't feel that, we got to talk about it, right? And I have this video called 63 things to do in PokeMMO, and I hope that this can inspire people or give people goals. A lot of it is meant to be goals and stuff like that. A lot of PokeMMO is like making a notepad document and setting goals, which not everybody wants to do. I gotta reply to someone. I misread this guy's comments. So I misread someone's comment, and they were like, can I join the team if I'm only interested in shiny hunting? And I was like, yeah, there are many teams, you know, that are only want to shiny hunt, blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, Pog. And then I realized, like, oh, I think he means the IronMan team. And now I have to be like, I'm so fucking sorry if I baited you and made you feel like no. The only rule for the IronMan team is you have to be an Ironman. That's it. That's the only rule. You can do whatever else or be interested in whatever else. No, I feel like a dick because I can't read. Check W. You need to re-add this for the list. I'm happy with 63. I need to go heal. Actually, I could probably do this without healing. Let me try. Let me try. I literally just saw a video about how being bored is a good thing. I love that, and I agree with that. I don't know if it, and you could counter argue this. Don't call me right on the, I'm not right on, there's no right or wrong. I don't know if I would call it a good thing while playing a game, though. I do feel like people play a video game to not be bored, but I personally should be way more comfortable with being bored, and I think a lot of us should be way more comfortable with it. It's a bad thing if you can't. Well, the problem is, like, it's just so normalized, though. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm currently in this state. It is a bad thing to not, if you can't be left alone with your thoughts, if you can't be left alone, like, in quiet and in peace, your mind is probably not, you're probably not at peace. Your mind is probably not all right. That's how I am right now. So let me qualify. I'm not trying to say that to, like, shame people, or, like, at different points in your life you may be all mentally, healthy, and then other times not, because you got to trade. There's trade-offs, right? Right now I like to distract myself, and I'm not at peace, at the peace I could be, right? When I was like 19 to 24, 23, I was very, like, at peace mentally, and it's because I had a very low stress life. And it's really it's a lot easier when you have that, And by psychotic phase, everybody enters a psychotic phase, in and out, I beat. We were really able to do this without the leads, which is nice. Minecraft has no content when they come back to their dirt house. I love my forever world in Minecraft, man. And sometimes, like, do I fly around my forever world, like, figuring out what to do sometimes, or do I sometimes load up the forever world, fly around and with my elytra and just, like, build nothing that day? Yeah, that's part of the journey, and like figuring out what you want to do, and, like, it's okay to just log onto your PokeMMO account and just look through your boxes and relax and bank stand. Obviously, you may not want to do that all the time, but maybe it's okay to let yourself do that sometimes. We're always pushed to constantly be productive and doing something productive and blah, 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 and be efficient, you know? And it's just not healthy. It's not what life is about. Enjoying yourself, and often we achieve efficiency to maximize our enjoyment elsewhere. The whole point of like usually being efficient or like working a job or doing that is to spend your other time relaxing or doing things that you would like to work towards and enjoy. What's the point of like working really hard and being efficient all the time if that's all you're doing, if you're not enjoying the things that you're working towards and being efficient about? Man, it's really fucking tough. Yeah, having a career and also just like living with someone else is a big like, you gotta just keep things more clean. It's just, you gotta own up to your, you know, get better at that type beat. Silence scares me. Yeah, and I think most people feel like that. And that, like, if silence scares you, like, that's not a good, but everyone's fucked up in some. So it's not, I'm not trying to like, silence scares me right now. I need to qualify again. A lot of us are fucked up in some way. It's called living. It's called living life, and it's kind of a beautiful thing. We're all a little fucked up, so hopefully we can empathize. I think being a little bit fucked up teaches you to empathize with people a lot. Being a lot fucked up really teaches you to empathize. The more fucked up you are / were in life, the more empathy you probably have. It is always people who have the least amount of empathy who always had the easiest lives, in my opinion. That's not always the case, but like on average, you know, I always talk about, like, as someone who grew up, you know, a lot of us grew up poor, but as someone who grew up really poor, I really admire people who grew up wealthy or with, you know, secure, who empathize with the poor. It's really easy to empathize with people who are underprivileged and don't have as many things, and people who, I always talk about, like, one of the biggest problems when you don't have a lot is that if you get a popped tire, congratulations, now you're getting evicted. Like, money just, you can't, nothing can go wrong. Like, when you're really truly poor, any mistake, anything could mean, okay, we're not eating this week, or okay, like, now we have to like take a loan. Like, any wrongdoing is so fucking bad, and it plunges you deeper and deeper into the poverty. But my point is, like, that's why it's so hard. It's really easy to empathize if you've lived through that or been around that. It's really hard to empathize with poverty if you didn't experience that. And I really respect people who grew up well off, who can truly empathize and not just, like, you know, say they do type beat. Yeah, it's, dude, it really, a lot of us, if you're in my, a lot of us understand it, King. It's sadly common, right? Is the meme. I think people don't. Yeah, it wasn't until moving to like an area where I'm at now where, like, I didn't realize, like, a lot. Yeah, it's just interesting. 11D5er, I like the name. Thank you for the rate of 25. What is up, man? What's up, She's it? Much love to you, man. Good luck, dude. Good luck, man. I'm free. 81,000 encounter shiny Metatite seafood. Congrats, dude. Metatite's a really cool shiny as well. Were you purposely going for that? Did you like get a single encounter? Were you like running around? Dude, congratulations, man. Congratulations, dude. About the IronMan team you mentioned, what's the name of the team? It's called IronMan, by the way. It's just a casual, it is a very casual team where, I'll think of the toilet paper. I really needed some of that. Thank you so much. It's getting expensive these days. Thank you. It's a very casual team, very casual team that you can just join if you're an Ironman, and like we often like give tips and things like that to other Ironmen, you know, things like that. Dude, that's an honor. That's the ultimate. Oh, it's an honor to have you, 11D, man. Thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate it so much. I gotta check out your stream sometimes. I'm gonna go everyone. I'm gonna give you the follow right now. Everybody else, go check out 11D5er if you're interested. I'm sorry. Bro, I think of myself as a Twitch old head because my account was created on like June. My account was like June 6th, June 11th or something like that. 2011. Might have been June 12th. My account was created on like, maybe it was June 2nd. Somewhere early June. My account was created on like the second day Amazon bought Justin TV and it became Twitch TV. Your account was created in 2009. Holy fucking OG. Holy fucking like actual Twitch old head. Not to wait a minute. Respectfully, I don't want you to think I'm just calling you old. Thanks for the raid. You're old as dust, by the way. Really appreciate that, man. Everybody don't follow his stream. He probably sucks anyway. That's a great way to greet a raider. I appreciate the raid, man. I'm gonna give you a follow. 2009 account date is fucking sick, man. That's really cool. That's news to me, dude. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, it says account created on June 26, 2009. That is awesome, dude. That's really cool, man. Does swarm farming count as a single count of 5 encounters? Swarm farming, like hoarding. Sorry, I often use those words or whatever, but like that's awesome. 11D. I was probably like 13 when I created my just old enough for the TOS when I created my unironically when I created my Twitch account. So hordes count as, so how does swarm farming count as single encounters or 5 separate? Hordes count as 5 separate encounters towards shinies, 5 separate rolls. Every encounter when shiny hunting is like rolling a 30,000 sided die, and getting a horde is like rolling 5 of those dice, but you don't get secret shiny odds, and then you also can't get legendaries yeah, you can't get legendary sweet sending. Yeah. Yeah, wow, holy shit, that's crazy. 11D, good for you, man. Actually knows the lore. Okay, I got 2 good questions, specific questions in the chat. Someone said, do you know the best settings to optimize performance? All my clicks feel delayed, and they weren't like a week ago. I've tried dropping the FPS, but I don't know what else to change. That might be a server problem, and it's one of the more annoying things, I'm gonna be honest, in PokeMMO. You can type /ping in the chat box, and it will show you your ping, and I can't really show it, apologies, but I can you can type /ping, and it'll show you your pings. Right now I have 71 ms, and then it shows you your server, which my server is Josuke. If you're attached to a bat, some servers are slower for others. There's like infamously Speedwagon, otherwise Slow Wagon, which is infamously the slowest server in the game. It depends on where you live though, it's all regional, right? Disconnecting and reconnecting to the game, or closing your client and loading back up, usually just logging out and logging back in, could reconnect you to a different server. Sometimes, like if it's I could be wrong, delayed clicks to me sounds like a server problem rather than a settings problem. That's my guess, but I could be mistaken, right? I would try to log out and log back in and see if your server changes, things like that. And then someone else said, what was it? Where is it at? How do I move my hotbar? Patrouski, how can I move my hotkey bar? It always hovers over the amulet coins I use. The hotkey bar has an invisible barrier where you can't see normally, but if you press B, you see that? If you press B and bring up your bag, it will show the border over your hotkey bar, and you can grab this border and move it around. You actually can grab the border when it's invisible if you know where to click. But that obviously, that's what the 11,000 hours comes in, guys. No, anybody can just go randomly. You have to click around it, and not like you can't click on it or it won't work. It's really weird. I don't know why. Once again, these are the kind of quirks, the quirks of PokeMMO, man. That thankfully aren't that big of a deal in my opinion. So that's how to move the hotkey bar and the server thing. Good luck to you on the ping, the delayed clicks problem. Thankfully, delayed clicks don't matter a whole lot in PokeMMO. It's a pretty chill game, unless you're like egg hunting or like fossil shunting on like a Charm and Dono. That's where that like really matters in my opinion. How dinner with the in-laws go? It was really cute, man. It was like we had a lot of good people. Dude, if you want to make older people happy and feel valued, ask them to tell stories and I'm really bad. I talk too much. Shut up and let them tell stories. Like that's something like old people, I don't say old, but older people often they want to talk, and they deserve to talk, man. Like I love to meme on boomers, and it's easy to meme on boomers because yes, our boomers like kind of mean and cruel sometimes. Yes, also they're people, and also it's harder. I do think the older you live, the longer you live on this planet, the harder it is to stay not jaded, you know? I understand. I empathize. Well, I empathize the best I can. There's also a really good quote where it's like, old people have been young. They at least know, whether they've forgotten a large extent or, but they've been young. They know what it's like to be young. An old person can know what it's like to be young. A young person can't know what it's like to be old. It's literally impossible, right? Until you get there. I think empathy, I talk about empathy, and it's easy to, once again, attack generations, but I think empathy goes a long way when you're dealing with older people, even if they're hateful sometimes, which is sad. But one of the best ways to make them not hateful is to be empathetic and patient, which is hard sometimes. Wouldn't expect it all the time, but old people love to talk about themselves. Everybody likes to talk about themselves, but I think older people have just lived so long, and they're just so tired, and they kind of forget the rules of being polite sometimes, because they're kind of just, I mean, sometimes it just depends. Everybody's an individual person. Please treat people individually, obviously, but we are drawing some generalizations here, so just use that as a qualifier and be smart and, you know, emotionally intelligent about each situation. I actually was talking about this with my wife the other day on a walk, where it's just a trust system, to be honest with you, J-rated. On a walk the other day, I was like, I feel like old people can often be very selfish, and I wonder if it's because they grew up being so selfless and giving and giving and giving to everyone else. Like, this is my hopeful thoughts, okay? I bet you there's a lot of older people who like were very selfless and very patient and generous and overly kind, and like always prioritized other people over themselves for the first like 50 years of their life. So then I feel like in the last 50, they're like, fuck it, now it's time to be selfish. When in reality, we probably should be like in the middle. We probably should aim for like balance, right? Set boundaries and protect yourself, but also care for others, right? And then I feel like, how many of you have ever met like a super sweet, super kind old person? Because I've obviously met a bunch, and it's interesting. Some of the kind, and this is like hard generalizations, please treat each people individually, but some of the kindest old people I've ever met are old people who like partied and drank and like stole and like did all these drugs and like experimented and like traveled, and like they just like lived their early years fully for themselves, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But it's just like they weren't as selfless or generous in the early years. So then in the later years, they calm down and they become a lot more. It's just interesting. Like, it's just interesting. I do wonder if like sometimes the most selfish old people are people who were really selfless in their first 50 years and now they're just tired, and then vice versa, like people who are a little more selfish in different ways. Obviously, it doesn't really mean selfish isn't always like bad or evil, but it can depend. We all should be a little bit selfish in some ways, right? It's interesting, you know. It's interesting. Maybe people who are like selfish in a certain way are then like selfless in their later years, so they're trying to like, you know, I think it's just interesting. I think people, whenever you meet someone, you're only meeting that person at the current position they're in right now, right? Let's say you meet someone and they suck, and let's say you meet someone at 80 years old and they suck they just suck for the final 10 years of their life. They die at like 90 or some shit. You only knew them for 10 years. What if they were the best person in the fucking world for the first 80 years of their life, and then the final 10, their wife passed away unexpectedly, or, you know, all their friends died, and then they become jaded and angry and grumpy? I'm not saying don't hold them accountable and responsible for their actions, and don't try to like tell them, hey, maybe don't be like hateful or racist or some shit to older people out. But like at the same time, I do think it's okay to be empathetic or patient, or, you know, with older people. That's all I'm trying to say. I think that there's not a lot of empathy towards older people right now, you know. That's good for you. I mean, that's the wisest. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I can come off a little bit preachy 11D, but hopefully I also come off as like, I qualify a lot. Like I kind of speak like I don't know what you would call it, but hopefully I come off as like, anything I say could be entirely wrong. Anything I could say could be totally unapplicable to you. Anything, like, feel free to just take the things that I say that add to your life and are positive, and ignore the bad ones. That's honestly the way to treat me I say a lot. I talk too much, honestly. but that's good for my dumb little, you know, what I do here, right? But yeah, I'm not, you guys know yourselves. I try to always, I don't like to give unsolicited advice, 11D. I'm sure that you understand, like, people love to do that. And I think a lot of times people often try to prove their self-worth by forcibly helping others by giving unsolicited advice, when in reality, often people are, I trust that people are smart and adults and they know things. One of the examples I give here a lot on stream is like, I hate when someone walks up to someone like smoking a cigarette and says, oh, don't you know smoking is bad? Why are you smoking? You know, brother, of course they know. You know, we are flawed individuals. You're gonna walk up to them and be like, oh, you know, why are you smoking? That's so bad. And then go home and say something mean online, or drink 10 beers, or, you know, like, we all commit flaws, or maybe, you know, we all mess up. We all make flaws. We're all flawed. Some flaws are just more visible than others. And for some reason, we are all like this, myself included, and all you can do is be aware of it and try to control it. For some reason, when another human's flaw is visible to us, we feel the need to like hammer down and correct it. But when our flaw is called out, when it's our flaw that's like that, we deflect. We're like, no, it's actually fine. No, stop. Stop being so, you're on me. Stop, relax. It's not a big deal. It's actually not that serious. It's not that deep. Blah, blah. Like, we love to, people get very defensive of their own flaws. Thankfully, like, versus like, we love to critique others and crack down on others, but then when it's us under the microscope, we're like, bro, relax. It's not a big deal. We try to like defend it. One of the most base things you can do is just be like, yeah, that's a flaw of mine. Yeah, I'm working on it. Maybe I'll never solve it, but I'm gonna try my best to control it. You know, if you watch my streams, you always hear me say I get angry. I'm an emotional person. One of my biggest flaws, right? I don't like how I always treat people. I don't like the words that I always say to people. Sometimes I blow up over little things, and I take things too seriously. That is a personal deep flaw of mine that I openly talk about and critique and advocate against on stream. Don't be like me in that way, you know. I think that's, I don't know, that's fine. And really, it's like, it's just easy. Like, I don't know. I think it's really important to me. If you can't be honest with yourself, it's very scary. It's people who don't critique themselves earnestly and honestly scare me. You know, I don't want to be friends with those people. I don't want to be friends with people who can't admit their flaws and be like, that's a flaw, that's okay, you know, that's okay. I'm not gonna try to, like, you know, hopefully I make up for it in other ways. Hopefully I can yap a lot. Hopefully I help people's PokeMMO careers, you know. Hopefully I can make people's job, you know. But like, everyone is putting good and bad into the world every day. I promise you right now, the things that I'm saying right now might be stressing someone out or making them feel worse. And if that's you right now, I'm sorry. That is not my intention. But I really enjoy these discussions. To me, they bring me peace. And I hope that I add, all I can hope is that I add positivity and love to more people's days than I add stress, anxiety, and hatred and anger to people. And I'm sure I do both, you know, type beat. It's an honor to have you, Wargamer. What's up, man? There's a lot of people who, like, yeah, just don't. There's a lot of people who my wife is like this, who like over critique themselves and are way too hard on themselves. And sometimes when you're way too hard on yourself, you can get defensive when someone else critiques you as well, because you critique yourself so much that you're actually defensive when someone else critiques you, because you're like exhausted all the time. So you have to be really, like, it's a balance. Don't over critique yourself. That's not good either. It's life is hard, man. Oh, guys, I don't know what to do. Patrouski says to critique yourself, but don't over critique yourself, but also play PokeMMO 10 hours a day, but also touch grass, but also get a job, but also go to college and get married. I don't know what to do. Like, it's, bro, life is fucking it's all coming at you so fast, bro. Yo, what's up, Shrink? What's up, man? How you doing, man? Just try your best. Apologize when you mess up. That's all it is. Also, yeah, go watch Eraserhead. Go watch movies. Dude, what's up, crew? Yes, beach stream. I love the idea of potentially doing a beach stream, but I don't know if the Wi-Fi will do it. That's another, like, I have a lot of friends growing up who went into the military because that was their way out. That was their way out of poverty, their way for stability. I I have a lot of deep respect for military members and for that. Not to like, the problem is that comes off very tippy and virtue signally too. Because you enter the other side of the coin. Most of my military, fuck, I've never been here, but there's a barbecue place called Mission Barbecue. I've never been there. I want to try it. But I have a friend of a friend. I don't really know him as well, to be fair. I shouldn't speak for him, but from what I've heard, but I have had other friends have similar stories. This guy walked into Mission Barbecue with like his military like outfit on because he was just like coming off of work, and everybody in the restaurant stood up and saluted him, and he was like, I fucking hated that. He was like, bro, I'm just trying to do my job, leave me alone. So there is like there's like, it's a funny thing. I think a quick like, yo bro, like thank you for your service, like chill style is kind of, but some people don't even like that. It's just honestly how to thank military members is a funny social circumstance because some people fucking hate it. I like to, it's tough. It depends on the situation by situation. I like to give my respect to her, but I'm a high energy appreciative. I'm a fucking cheerleader. I'll be honest. I'm a good cheerleader, bro. I'm a high energy. I'm a good hype man, bro. That might be my second. If streaming ever goes to the dumpster, which it is, I'm barely, hype man would be an amazing side job. I would fucking love to be a hype man, dude. That sounds awesome. I'd be really good at that, dude. As a cheerleader, I'd be amazing. Yeah, anyways, yeah, like going to like mass public areas when you're in like uniform or some shit, and people, yeah, it's a weird. Nobody knows what's the right thing to do, and there is no. It's different per person, and it's awkward. I have a lot of respect for military members. If you have served or helped at all, thank you for your service. I'm gonna be not annoying about it, hopefully, but much love to you. Dude, honored. Yeah, I got you, Shrek. I reread your message because why not, dude? What's up, man? I mean, dude, shouldn't this be like? This is a fantastic sentence, Brancel. Did you just make this up, or is this? I don't want you to be just like me. I want you to be better. Isn't that like, that's every conversation I have with someone that's the goal. I mean, that's annoying. What an annoying personality. Every conversation I want to like, let's improve today, guys. That's my other project. I gotta fucking relax. Mew Dark Ride, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, brother. Thank you. That would be, dude, how fucking annoying would that be, Tabard, if like, there's a military member in my dude, imagine. So Jack, one of the Poker Force dev right now, is serving in the military. Could you imagine? That'd be a good rage bait. Every single day he joins stream when he gets back, I like salute him and like say that feels passive aggressive when I actually do want to say thank you. But like that, but that's really funny rage bait. Jake is flying home today, dude. That's fucking awesome. Also, talk about like he has fucking 2 kids, like young kids and a wife. Much love to him, man. Hell yeah, I didn't know that. I should like send a message or something. My friends do it to me. Do they do it in like a funny? That sounds really fucking funny. To be fair, if I had a really, I should do it with my buddy. I have a buddy. That's a really good rage bait to like constantly salute your ex-military friend. Also, especially if they're like an ex-military like engineer or like computer, like ex-military IT. Bro, that's fucking funny. That's amazing rage bait. Like, stand up and like give them like a saluting ovation every time they walk in a room. A 10 hut to Bard is in the stream. Bro, that would be really good. Sorry, not to, once again, respect your military. They serve in the country. I do appreciate it, but there is some funny social elements, right? Anyways. Thank you, Mew Dark Ride. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, man. It goes a fucking long way. Like, just 5 gifted makes the stream, makes the day, man. It means the world. I really appreciate it. Shipmate is good. Is that gonna like fuck? Oh man, there are certain phrases in certain it's so funny. I remember I was talking to my mentor growing up. It was one of my get yourself, dude, if you're like 25 years old, one of the best things you can do is have a friend who's like 60 years old. I know it's weird, but it's really good for like perspective. It's good to have older friends when you're like 25ish or like in your 20s. It's good perspective. I had a friend who was like 55 at the time and I was like 22 or whatever, I'll never forget. There are certain terms. So I've talked about this. I served a few months in juvie growing up. I was a bad kid, but I did go to juvie for the whitest crime. I went to juvie for truancy, which is the funniest crime imaginable to go to juvie for. The softest crime imaginable. But even post juvie, I had something called I didn't realize I was doing this, but I had what was called a hygiene bucket or a hygiene basket that I would carry. There's these weird things that stick with you, because in juvie you share a shower, you share a bathroom. So you would have a basket, like a crate, like a hygiene crate or whatever, and it would have like your deodorant, you know, your shampoo, your soap, whatever it may be, and you would keep it in your bedroom and then take it to the bathroom whenever you would go to the bathroom or to like whatever. And I did that for like a year and a half after coming home, which is crazy. Like looking back, which is like really weird. But I remember my mentor was like, dude, what the fuck is that? And I was like, oh, it's my hygiene crate. And he was like, what did you just say? He was like, bro, wait a minute. He was like, I had that. Because he had served in the military, and he was like, we call it the same thing. It's like a hygiene. I forget the word now. It's been so long. It wasn't hygiene crate. It was like hygiene something. But he was like, that's so, it like triggered. He was like so pulled back. He was like, that's so interesting. He was like, I used to do the same thing. It was just a very, anyways, it just reminded me of that interaction, but it's just like a weird, there are certain like things like that stick with you or whatever. So the shipmate is what reminded me of that. Shipmate. You guys wondering about this? Like the clock we got that Timothy released solve vanity investing video. Thank you, homie. Dude, yeah, I hope you find it a little bit helpful, man. Thankfully, I don't think he saw. I don't think it was a PTSD flashback, but it was like it was just like yeah, I don't know. Like I haven't heard that term. I mean, the other one is civilians. You'd call average people like civilians as opposed to like military members or people on the inside or whatever. If you're like ever served or ever did time, right? There's certain words, you know. It's interesting. No, I'm joking. No, you're good. Nostalgia. Yeah, okay. Good bit. I think it's interesting, man. I just think it's interesting. It's so funny. That was a rage bait that my chat started doing like 6 to 12 months ago. Well, it's really funny. I mean, it's really fucked. Don't actually do this. You can only do this in Twitch chat. You can only rage bait in Twitch chat. Don't rage bait IRL. But when someone shares an opinion, be like, how civilian. Like, oh, that's a very civilian way of looking at things. Like, you're a civil. What do you mean? Like, it's so demeaning. Fuck, did I offend you, civilian? It's like so insulting. It's so fold your blanket every morning. I fucking always hated making the bed, so thankfully I don't do that. But dude, that's so real. Good for, I mean, if that helps you, good for you. If not, it's worst case scenario, it's neutral, right? Stop acting like a civilian. Like, that's so fun. Like, that's fucking, I know you're rage betting me, but it's still maybe a little mad. Like, it's really good. Woo. Please friend comrade shipmate son. That's awesome. Hello. That calling someone civilian is very funny. Rather a civilian that, okay, come on. We just ended our spiel on empathizing with boomers. Come on. Okay, boomer is a based rage bait though. Saying, we should be saying okay boomer to like zoomers or like Gen Alpha. Fuck it, Gen Alpha. Fuck it, rage bait. I'm just kidding. That's funny. Imagine like, what's the meme where it's like, imagine you go 6'7", and then a Gen Alpha goes, grown man by the way, and then you go, okay boomer. Okay, that's not gonna play out the way I think it. You're gonna look really cringe. To be fair, that's not gonna play out the way I think it is. Now that I'm imagining the situation, you're gonna embarrass yourself, Unk. Never mind. Don't listen. I have Unk advice. Don't listen to my Unk advice. You will get made fun of. You will get bullied. Pat's a civilian boomer. Come on. Pat has huge civilian vibes. I'm proud of that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Me when I typed "Let's go Ravens," dude. I watched there was a Baltimore Ravens Twitch stream of one of the games like last NFL season, And it was my first time ever watching a Ravens stream. I was like really excited. Oh, this is so cool. The game is on Twitch. That's fucking awesome. And I just typed, "Let's go Ravens" as a lifelong Ravens fan in chat. And the Twitch chat said, "Message is too non-unique. Refuse to send." Twitch chat literally said, "Bitch, you're an NPC. We're not sending that." I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life. And then ever since then, my wife always says, "NPC, let's go Ravens." I've never felt like such a fucking NPC. I only sent one message. Like, that's, dude, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. It was such a good bit. Okay, 24. That's what's fucked up, is like 24 is Unk. Which called you casual, dude. Yeah, no, dude, I was just trying to be like cheerful. Okay, Alpha. Yeah, that sounds based. You can't even, it's not even an insult, Bransdell. That's fucked up, man. 24 is Unk. I fear it is, man. I fear. We're my wife guys. Only wife guys will understand that. I did see a meme recently that was like, bro, that be careful, your women's slang will catch up to you. You're also a Ravens fan? Wait, are you from like Maryland? I'm from Maryland. Dude, fucking hell yeah, man. Much love to you, man. That what are the fucking odds of that? I didn't expect that. That's awesome, man. There was a meme that was like, be careful, your wife's slang will sneak up on you or some shit. And one of the top comments was like, not me agreeing with you, you know, type beat. What the fuck? That's 11D. What the fuck? That's awesome. Holy shit, man. I gotta qualify. I consider myself a diehard Ravens fan, but I don't keep up as much as I would like to. I try to watch each game, each season, but like last year, I probably watched like 70%, 60% of the games. I try to watch as many as possible. You know, I love the Ravens and I love watching them, but I do like, I'm not, dude, being a sports fan these days. People will be like, bro, who's your third string quarterback? And if you asked me in like 2008, I would have known. Back then it was probably like fucking Troy Smith or some shit on the Ravens. Like I might even still remember. But like nowadays I have no fucking, you know, I do, to be fair, I do know, don't the Ravens have 5 quarterbacks signed right now, which is insane. I just am not. Sports requires so much, like, it's so much time to stay up to date. I live in Tokyo. What is your awesome life? I'm learning so much about you, 11D. DMV, I'm in Nova. Me and my wife also live in Nova. I'm here because, yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Obviously, I don't want to say too much, North Paw, but what's up, man? I always say, I also go to DC like every so often, a few times a year, because obviously we're like an hour away or whatever. Dude, there's a lot of people live in DC. If you ever see me in public, please come say hi. I've been recognized in public one time and it made my year. It was like such a cool experience. I was also like the most perfect guy. Shout out, dude, shout out, you know who you are. Like, most perfect guy to recognize me. He was just a nice, kind young man in college for, I think, computer science or some you know, comp sci type degree. It was a perfect guy to be my first IRL recognition versus, like, you know, it could have gone bad or awkward or some shit. He was chill. What 95? I don't drive enough, so I don't know the yeah, but yeah, I don't want to say too much, but yeah. Will Monty Sandal or Monty Gyarados sweep Hoenn faster? Ooh, good question. Faster? I mean, Crocodile will sweep faster, but Gyarados requires some setup generally, but it's more, I would say Gyarados is more consistent. Crocodile is faster, but Sandile and Krokorok are a little slow going. So there's a lot of positives and negatives there. I'm an aspiring wife guy. That's not a bad role, man. That's not a bad bit. My first bunch of were all Steelers fans. That's what a fucking based individual. Family was all Steelers fans, so I went the opposite direction. I can you're a good egg. There you go, man. One of the I can't. Insane joke. One of the good ones, but me meaning Steelers fans. The older I've gotten, I used to fucking hate Steelers fans. The older I've gotten, the more I've met some really nice Steelers fans. One of my favorite Twitch streamers, Jim Sauce, is a Steelers fan. My nicest next door neighbor is a Steelers fan, and I'm talking like, dude, he always fucking waves. I love a neighbor who always goes out of their way to like wave and say hello. Not like stops you when you have hands full of groceries and talks for 20 minutes, but just like, hey man, have a good day. Like, that's the boomer in me. That's the boomer. I get a little miffed. Like, if I go on a walk, I don't mind it. Like, if someone's got headphones in and they're just like, you know, locked in, running especially, or walking, you don't have to acknowledge me, right? That's fine, obviously. But even if like one or two, if like 3 or 4 people in a row, I always like smile and wave, or like say, yo, what's up, hope you're having a good day, you know, how you do, what's up, how you doing. I like to greet everybody, and not everybody around my area does that. I get a little, that's my inner boomer. I get a little miffed if like 3 people in a row don't, you know, greet me back. Get a little, that's what grinds my gears, you know. Yeah, I'm just doing the extra gym because why not type beat, Tom. But I appreciate the double check. There's nothing wrong with double. That's a good, like, nothing wrong with double checking that. Dude, that's so cool. Look at the guys fucking, that's so cool, man. Japan is as for any dumb weeb gamer, Japan is a dream trip for me. I mostly want to go to Japan just to shop, though. I'm gonna be so real, to buy retro video games and magic cards. That's the fucked up thing about going to Japan is like I need to figure out how I'm gonna like ship everything back to me or get it through like ESA or whatever. How many like carry-ons will I need type beat. Being old starts at like 23 nowadays. It keeps going down every year. It really is, man. It's fucked up. Like, you're not, it's now, it depends, but it's a mentality thing. But I know of that game, but I never played it. The Blitz football game. That's awesome. Wow. So like super old, like 96. That's wow. That's really cool, man. Pat got that Midwest inside. I love to glaze Maryland. I think it's because I grew up in Maryland. I think Maryland has the best of everything. I've constantly been an advocate. Like, Maryland is like the whole United States put into one state. You can drive 5 minutes and be in nothing but cornfields and farmland. You can drive 5 minutes and be at the beach. You can drive 5 minutes and be at like bustling inner cities. You could drive 5 minutes and be in like suburbs. Like, you could drive 5 minutes and go to like, there's like the Appalachian Trail that goes through. There's huge mountainous areas in Maryland. Like, there's waterfalls. Like, Maryland is a fucking dreamland. I actually will glaze Maryland till the day I motherfucking die. You can go to the aquarium. You're 1 hour. You could be like near Baltimore, near DC. You could go to the DC and go to all the museums, the zoos. Dude, Maryland is fucking awesome. You're like 4 hours from New York. If you like 5 hours, if you wanted to go to New York, it's drivable. If you want to go to like New York is drivable. South Carolina, North Carolina, the South is drivable. Oh man, Maryland is fucking awesome, dude. You can go to Hershey Park. That's in Pennsylvania. Like, Maryland is awesome. I didn't realize till I was older, like, how lucky I was to grow up here. I had zero Maryland pride until I was like 19 or some shit, and I was like, dude, it's really fucking a dope state. Like, single town. I feel like I would love to visit. I'd love to visit everywhere. I'd love to visit the Midwest. I'd love to visit Alabama. I'd love to visit New Orleans. I'd love to visit Texas. I'd love to visit California. I'd love to visit Washington, Oregon. I'd love to visit Nebraska. I want to visit now I want to travel as I'm getting older as well. I didn't really care about traveling, but now I'm like, you know. Yeah, I believe it, 11D, and that's tough if you're living there. It's selfishly good for the, you know, Japan's a great place to like travel to and shop because the like money exchange, right? It's like really, really good from what I've never been, from what I hear and see. Dude, okay, you that was the biggest culture shock and thing that I had to get used to. North Paw, you get it. That's just a Nova thing. Everyone around here is so serious in their own heads. Yeah, you're dude. And that's a problem that I run in. Like, I think the area teaches you to have that same mentality, and I constantly have to try to remind myself to get out of that. You're spitting facts. I think the area that I live in, like, teaches selfishness in some degree. Also, there's a bunch, like you said, there's a bunch of like beautiful stuff. Yeah, yes, like you said, I didn't realize. It wasn't until I started talking to Europeans where I was like, yeah, I can drive 5 minutes and have like, I could drive 5 minutes and have like 4 different Thai restaurants, some of them authentic, some experimental and modern fusion. I could find 4 different Chinese restaurants, 3 different Korean barbecue places, 2 hot pot restaurants, 10 Italian restaurants. Like, I didn't realize the restaurant and cultural diversity around me is like insane, and I took it for granted until talking to some people and being like, oh, you don't have that? Oh fuck, I thought that was normal. It's like such a privilege, you know. I would love to go like northeast, like, yeah, like New England. Boston flights are pretty cheap. I want to go to Boston, man. It'd be cool. Boston. I do feel like Boston is one of the cooler accents. People fucking hate the Boston accent. I like it. I like it more than New York accent. I like the New York accent. I like to make fun of. The Boston accent, I think, is kind of dope. Maybe I just like Matt Damon. Maybe. Your hobbies besides PokeMMO? I am that annoying guy who has way too many hobbies. I love all video games. I've a few different side YouTube channels like Retro Pat, where I do like retro video game reviews, and I play Dungeon Defenders and other video games. Besides video games, I love Magic the Gathering. I knit a fair bit, not as much these days, but it depends. I kind of go on and off seasonally. Knitting is a good like December winter activity. What else? I do like to, I've been learning a bit more about, and this is a recent one. Movies. I've been really into movies over the past 13 months. Pretty new to that hobby. Trying not to be annoying about it because people get really pretentious and annoying about movies, wine, whiskey, things like that. I have a lot of hobbies, man. I love Magic the Gathering. I might have mentioned that. Magic the Gathering, retro video game collecting. Yeah, I fucking love dumb shit, man. I love tons of stuff. I feel like life is all about being passionate and being obsessed with things and getting into things, you know? Is that for real? As someone who's, yeah, like I don't want to be considered a cinephile. Like Letterboxd, dude. Okay, I love Letterboxd. I get rage baited by Letterboxd though. Letterboxd is actually awesome. Okay, don't let the annoying people on Letterboxd ruin Letterboxd. Are the top reviews on Letterboxd almost always cringe and pretentious and tippy? Yes. Ignore them. Letterboxd is fantastic. Okay. Movies are awesome. There are certain hobbies that turn people insufferable. You think about whiskey, and whiskey, which are all, I love whiskey. Like there are certain hobbies, drinking whiskey, scotch, whiskey, bourbon, make people really fucking annoying and pompous and pretentious. They don't have to be. The hobby's amazing, but some hobbies, scotch, bourbon, whiskey, wine, hardcore does this. For some reason, Italian food does this. Italian food in general. What else? Movies is a great example. Yeah, it's a tough, like, I don't know if insufferable people are attracted to these hobbies. Guilty. Or if the hobbies just encourage you to be insufferable. I don't know, you know. That's a cool goal. I like that goal, Brancel. Are the words, but they don't, I've met, it's just people who are chill about it. I love writing short fun reviews on Letterboxd. Oh fuck, my bio on Letterboxd is, if you leave one-liner reviews trying to be quirky and funny, just know that I resent you. I actually hate, that's my least favorite part about Letterboxd. I actually hate the one-liners just always trying to be funny. Like, to me, it's like, and feel free to disagree and think I'm being overly serious and cringe. There's no right or wrong, right? For me, it's like, if I spend 3 hours watching a movie, I think it deserves me spending 5 to 15 minutes writing out my honest and earnest thoughts, putting myself out there and sharing my true opinions, versus like people will watch a movie that changes their fucking life. They'll watch like Schindler's List and be like, well, lucky to be here. Well, or they'll be like, well, that just happened. Like, bro, you can't millennial quote Schindler's List. What are you doing? Like, what do you like? People just want to be fucking quirky and funny so bad. Bro, just be open, be vulnerable. It's okay to like. People are so afraid. Like, it's reached the point where like people are so afraid to be the man in the arena. Not only will they create their own movies, they can't even be vulnerable in their fucking movie reviews. They're putting up walls in their reviews now. Like that to me is like, you're losing your humanity. Remember how I was just talking about how I take things way too seriously? I just said that people who leave one-liner reviews as jokes on Letterboxd are losing their humanity. Can we loop back to the irony of like, that's Patrouski, that's insane. You got to calm down. What are you talking about? Like, I'm a little aware. We're a little self-aware around these parts. I'm a little self-aware, a little bit. Thank you for the membership, Northpaw. I fucking appreciate it, man. I hope the content has made you lose your mind a little bit. It's an honor to have you. I hope I've added to your day, man. Do I have time to start grinding for the IronMan Shiny Wars? Like, well, are you an IronMan or a main account? It's IronMan, so I guess like, yeah, maybe. Honestly, maybe. Depends how locked in you are. It's a great Nan's Brazy. The main thing, I would just go for like Leppas. I would just go for Leppas. You probably could like shiny hunt time swipe hordes in your PC or single encounters. You maybe could. You may not be able to like do as well as like someone who like myself, not to be, who's prepared for whatever. But your goal is, yeah, you might still be able to like get top 50 on a team and like just shun a lot of hours and like grind and yada yada yada. I think you should try to get whatever Leppas you can and like some Pokeyen for expert lures and stuff. But yeah, dude, I really appreciate it, Northpaw, man. Much love to you, man. And you're spitting facts all about the Nova. Yeah, I would love to go to Chicago. Is a big. I probably sleep on Denver. I feel like Chicago is a big one that I've wanted to. I feel like I want to visit Chicago. Look at the GTL. There's no shiny charms. Who's buying out shiny charms? What is happening? There's no way. There's 9. Someone just listed them. There's 9 in stock. You can just buy RP, obviously, and then wait, do we think someone is this would be a crazy attempt. Do you think that someone is trying to buy out RP? So this is very low. There's only 36 RP vouchers right now. Someone said there was like 7 a few days ago as well. I can't imagine trying to buy out RP. People have like tons of stacks of this, but it has gone up from like 1.4 mil to 1.5. It's up a little bit. There's only 30, which is kind of low. And then the reason why someone brought it up was shiny charms. There's only 9 shiny charms listed right now. Someone just bought those out and relisted. Someone listed a few. I don't know if this is a buyout attempt or just maybe someone stocking up prior to Shiny War. I don't know. It could be a bunch of different things. There's like a little price spike here on the end of the graph. It's just interesting. It's just interesting is all I can say. No, you brand sell, you're amazing. I love you. I don't want anything. I never take anything I say on stream too seriously. I'm just a guy here yapping for a few hours a day. You're perfect. You're amazing. I don't want you to feel like I'm like attacking you personally. I'm so sorry if I made you feel like that. Dude, no, you have every right. Just because I don't like one-liner meme reviews and there's so many of them that it bothers me, you have every right to do that. Make a little joke, be a funny guy. Like that's just might be some people's person, that's totally maybe my problem is like the amount of it, like some people that's like their legit vibe. The next Shiny War is probably in like mid-July, like 2 months or so. We don't know for sure. It hasn't been announced yet. It's possible it doesn't happen. That would be devastating if it doesn't happen. I really hope that's not, you know, true. Shut up, BBN. We'll see, man. I know you're memeing. That's the one rage bit I do. I don't like that anytime I ever cover anything market-wise, the immediate comment, maybe I should not get over it because people always do it, but the, oh, well, now that Patrouski talked about it, that market's ruined, or blah, 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 that now it's going to go up, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes and no. Like, sometimes you guys think I have way more power than I actually do, number one. Number two, I definitely do influence the market to some extent. I think that'd be naive to think otherwise. And we got to just find the middle ground. And I hope that we can just, I don't want to mention it every single time because then it makes me feel bad and guilty. What am I supposed to do? Not cover the news? Not cover? Like, people don't make this same critique. Like, imagine when like Tesla stock goes up 5% and they cover it on like market news, nobody complains about that. But for some reason, when I do that in PokeMMO, people get mad. And it's like, bro, people are doing this on larger scales and it's fine, but like when I do it, you hate me. I don't like, it's funny when I put out a money making guide and people are like, oh my god, you fucking ruined this money making method, blah blah blah. And it's like, are you anti-college? That's all. You know what college is? Money making guides. Are you aware that college and all of schooling is just, especially trades, are you anti-trade schools? No, don't teach them welding. No, I learned welding 10 years ago. No, you're supposed to stop after you teach me. You're gonna ruin the welding market. Only I can know how to weld. Respectfully, shut the fuck up. I hate that mentality. I think that is one of the like most disgusting mentalities, is like, no, only I can know how to. I know, yes, I learned Ameliquin farming from a video of yours, Patrouski, 2 years ago, but don't teach the new players. No, only I can know. Bro, you learned it from a guide too. What are you fucking talking about? Like, education is never a bad thing. Education and information spread should not be scary. What fucking upside down Pineapple Town universe are we in where people are unironically scared of information and knowledge being spread on the internet? We're so fucking cooked if that's the case. We are so fucking cooked. We're so cooked. Like, you can't be this scared. Like, it's anyways, it's crazy. Whew. Okay, now fucking shut up, Tabar. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I don't have insight. Never mind. Anyways, favorite Tarantino movie? I'm not a huge Tarantino head. I respect. It's just not really for me. I think of his stuff as like high. What's the word? I think of his stuff as like high quality action stuff most of the time, which I respect, but like not my cup of tea. It's like such a loser answer, but it's probably just true. I haven't seen. My favorite Tarantino is probably just Django Unchained. It's like such a boring answer, but it's a really good movie. And even Django, I gave like an 8.6, 8.8, 8.6 out of 10. There's a massive flaw in that movie to push the plot that I fucking hated in a certain scene. I talk about it in my letterbox. I need to watch. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction. I hated Inglourious Basterds. Thought it was totally boring and indulgent and just pointless. I hated Inglourious Basterds. I did not. Such a boring movie in my opinion. Kill Bill is fine. I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Haven't seen The Hateful Eight. Haven't seen Four Rooms. I gotta watch a lot of the other, Death Proof, Jackie Brown. Reservoir Dogs was interesting. I think Reservoir Dogs was unique and I'm glad it was made. I don't think it lives up to the hype that people give it. I gave it a 7.8 out of 10. But it's a cool movie. I'm glad it exists. I beat. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction, so that's crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Shut up, Plate. Yeah, probably Fossil Farming. Yeah. I'm so distracted. Sorry. Let me run over to Veilstone, get our fossils cooking, boys. Yeah, I need to watch Pulp Fiction. Any good guys for PokeMMO? I mean, the biggest. Welcome back, Sam. I remember your name. Dude, welcome. The biggest thing is just googling questions as they pop up, as I've always said. So I know it's kind of lame. Sorry about that. But yeah. That's such a sweet. I appreciate. It warms my heart that I feel whenever I stream, I feel like you guys are trying to understand me and you succeed. it feels like YouTube comments are often people like trying to misunderstand me and trying to argue and fight because we aren't. It's not as intimate. YouTube comment is like they leave a comment, they think I'll never read it, you know, blah blah blah. But like stream comments are always like, you guys like really like work with me and you're trying to have a discussion, and I miss that. I feel like, and it's, I don't even blame. I feel like the internet has taught people like the point of debate is to argue and is to fight and is to get riled up and angry versus like solving problems and versus like coming to a solution or a compromise or a middle ground. And it's, I feel like the world over the past 15 years or so has just taught people to like fight and fight and fight versus like, and it's tough. Things are more divisive, right? Sort of, that's really fucking sweet, North Paw. I appreciate that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I need to watch Pulp Fiction. I really need. It's one of my top like need to watch. I needed to watch The Godfather. I just watched The Godfather. It was good. Turned out, you know. True, Tom. True. What else do I need here? I'm always missing something. I probably need this. I think. I always like forget something when going to this spot. How many I think I have like 14 Emlet coins. I can Trinity run and Jimmy run while at the beach as well. Interesting sometimes, yeah. And I'm on, like, I just don't know what to do. Like, the problem is, if someone leaves a YouTube comment being like, this is a fucking, if someone leaves a YouTube comment being like, this video is fucking stupid, what a dumb idea and a waste of time, Lamau, and then I ban that person from my comments, they go, why are you censoring me? I was just sharing my opinion. Well, I was just taught, why are you you're censoring me. And it's like, bro, you cannot like my videos and express that in a way where you would talk to, if you talked to any person like that in the real world, you would get fired from your job, you would get kicked out of school. It's obviously people who don't engage in the real world because you don't talk to anyone like that in the real world. You don't. It's a good reminder. People don't know how to use the internet, right? Myself included. I don't always talk to people on stream the way that I would like to. I sometimes dehumanize chatters, and I don't speak to them with the respect they deserve. And I think about that all the time, and I apologize, and I hope to own up to it. The problem is, if I roast them back, I get canceled, crew. Like, I can't just roast people back like that. You can't do that as the creator. You're held to a different standard, not to always me. Content creator is an awesome job, but the hardest part of it is the people. The same way, like, waitressing or waitering is not a bad job until you've got to deal with shitty customers. It's the same thing, you know. I know, true, Cody. That's also play. That's really funny. Like, I've been playing an IronMan account for a year. What the fuck? Like, people still mad. What are you gonna do? Dude, it's one of the sweetest things. I love that, like, you guys can come in here, ask good questions, like questions that other people are probably wondering, things, you know, things like that, right? And then you guys are like, feel happy to be featured in the street. Like, I don't think enough content creators include their audience in that way, like in a way they could. I think it's really beautiful, man. It's a really small thing that I can do that's also good content and helpful for others, and it makes you guys like get the recognition you deserve. I'm glad you came in and asked a good question, you know. Yeah, I despise the. I've said, Northpaw, I've started to use the term, there are a lot of gamers who act like Karens. And I think that's the only insult that makes them be like, oh, whoa, maybe I need to reevaluate how I'm talking to people. Because it's the only buzzword that makes them be like, oh, fuck, maybe I'm being a dick. There are so many gamer Karens who love to flame game developers and complain and nag, and they act the same way that Karens do at like the Walmart return counter, right? But they don't view it as that. They view it as they're being logical and correct and blah, 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 and it's Karen behavior. Just next time you see someone being a gamer Karen, I think tell them, hey man, you're being a little bit of a gamer Karen, you know? And I can be a little bit of a gamer Karen. Tell me. Type beat, right? Do. Dude, that's yup. So that's happened many times. Like, yeah, it is a good. My wife tries to remind me. Almost everybody who fucking hates me is someone who was banned from my like Discord or YouTube section, or like, it's actually poetic how many people didn't hate me, were banned, and now hate me. And it's like, oh, I wonder why. It's for some people, the first like, people don't like to be redirected. People don't like to be held accountable for their actions. Sometimes I'm the first person to tell a young man, like, hey, you're doing something rude or disrespectful, because their parents didn't tell them this, and they don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to process that, right? So they internalize as like a deep hatred towards me versus like, oh, maybe I fucked up. Maybe I was mad and angry. I made a mistake that day. You know, it's surely, you know, it has to be, nope, Patrouski is censoring me. I'm the victim. He sucks, yada, yada, yada. This just happens all the time, and it is my, sorry, let me stop. Bro's about to go to the beach and he's complaining. Hello, what am I doing? Life is good. We're going to the beach, boys. Anyways, base, true. I also love unban. If you ever get banned in my community, just ask me the next day, hey, I'm sorry if I was annoying, could you please unban me? And I'll probably unban. I'll probably be like, yeah, I was annoying too, sorry. It's like so easy. It's something I still haven't, I know logically, but it hasn't clicked in my head yet, Philip. It is almost always someone projecting their, and I'll be honest. Like, once again, I love to critique myself and show you guys that I'm not like a holier than thou, like, but people still say like, oh, Patrouski has such a moral high ground. Bro, I've literally told the most embarrassing, vulnerable stories on stream. What are you talking about? I think that I did this with League of Legends. I think that I used to load up League of Legends on a bad day, and I would be angry, and I would like flame my teammates. And it wasn't about them. It wasn't about the bad gank. It was because I was coming in with pre-held anger and frustrations, and I think I was projecting onto my teammates. I am comfortable enough to say that. It's easy. Owning up to your mistakes is so much easier than trying to be a little victim baby boy and like, oh, I never did anything wrong. No, every time I flamed a teammate, it was actually a good thing. No, you shouldn't do that. It's bad. It's bad behavior. Don't do that. It's bad. It's not good behavior. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. But the problem is, I guess, not everybody's been given the space to make mistakes. You got to empathize with that as well. Not everybody's been given. Sometimes if you some people, if they make a mistake, they get fucking eviscerated, and that's not good either. So, and I'm guilty of that. That's something I got to work on. But almost always when someone leaves a hate comment on, you see it a lot on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. On short form content is way worse. I'm lucky that I'm more of like a YouTube guy, right? It's almost always projecting some inner anger, or it's not about, because if you truly don't like something, you just click off of it. The amount of times I've watched a video and I'm like, wait a minute, I really don't like this guy is like, I feel like he's misconstruing or blah, blah, blah. I just click off. It's that, you know, I just don't watch his content. I just change the channel. Sorry, yeah, plate. Sorry about that. It's a good, I like the irony and I like the self-awareness. I can respect that. Why are we yelling so much today? I yell a lot in my streams. I'm pretty loud and I'm a pretty emotional and passionate person. Not everybody likes that. I totally understand if it's not your cup of tea. And it's also, it can be jarring going from like my YouTube guides, which like, it's watching my streams is kind of like meeting your teacher at the bar, right? When your teacher is at school, they're going to act differently because they're there to teach you. They're there to like teach, they're there for a very specific goal, versus your teachers are also people, right? Like, I understand if you don't like the loud stream, so I honestly apologize, and I understand if it's not your stream today, your cup of tea, right? No, you're fine, Plainville. You're memeing, but just in case the other guy is serious, it's not a valid concern. Just once again, click off. It's not your cup of tea. Don't self-harm by watching content you don't like, right? Yeah, my guides are like me being the teacher, and then my streams are like me seeing your teacher at the bar. Yeah, is it jarring and shocking? But hopefully we're all old enough to understand that teachers are people too, you know? I'm a human with a range of emotions. I'm not some cartoon character or some like icon on the internet that just teaches you guys how to make a few more Pokeyen, you know? I get angry, I get sad, I get happy, I get excited, I shiny on, you know? I get bummed, I get bored, I get ecstatic, I get interested and intrigued. We experience the full range of emotions here on stream. That's what streaming is all about. And I do find that and I get that and I respect that. I do find that sometimes people come from YouTube who only watch YouTube, come to the live stream and are taken aback and shocked. Like, this guy is kind of different from his videos. And I honestly, I don't know, I'm sorry, and I can understand why that's jarring and shocking, but I hope that you can like understand that if you don't want to watch the stream, no, that's totally fine. If you prefer just the guides, nothing wrong with that. Just, I hope you can respect that I'm an individualized person that's not a one-note cartoon character type beat, you know? Good luck on the alpha Weavile spawn. That shit is fucking super, yeah. I do not jork, for legal reasons, I do not jork with my chat. Please let the record show that. Hold up. Yeah, for sure, Slizzy, for sure. That's the way that, yeah, and I have to work. I don't like, I'm like annoying Northpaw about self-accountability. So whenever I don't like to say like, oh yeah, League makes me a bad person, I think I'm a bad person when I play League. I think that's the honest, why I'm like 4 years sober, okay? However, I do think, I always say, I think if you put Gandhi on Summoner's Rift for 3 games, he'd be saying slurs like in one day. I do think that League like brings out, I think League makes people who care the most lose their fucking minds, because League, how do I explain it? League is like everyone in the game is trying to build a house. You're all set with the same goal. You're there to build a house, and you are like cutting trees, carving the lumber, right? Trying to like get all the resources together, and then your teammates are like lighting leaves on fire and like making bonfires and like shooting each other with airsoft guns, hitting each other in the nuts for fun. Like it's, and you're like, bro, what the I'm trying to fucking build this cabin. What are y'all doing? And they're like, bro, leave me alone. It's just norms. Let me hit myself in the balls over and over again. I like the idea of that, German. I hope so. I like the idea that Gandhi could be challenger within 3 days. That's my ideal world, honestly. Can't play Dota. Okay, as much as I like Dota more than League, and as much as I even kind of agree with that, that sentence is so insufferable is the problem, Stormy. And you know this. You're saying this to, you know, you probably mean it a little bit, but also are probably rage baiting a little bit type beat. Dude, I'm so, yeah, Ginger Matt, it's one of those things. I am just going to, and I try to talk, and I think it went pretty well, to be fair, but, you're perfect, Ginger Matt. This is why I have moved away from talking about my opinions on PokeMMO, because it's just not worth it. There are too many. It turns out on an old school Pokemon MMO, you know, it makes sense, I guess. There are too many people who are just turbo online, or it's that combo of arrogance and ignorance. There are too many people in the world right now who are ignorant and arrogant. I'm ignorant, but at least I know I'm ignorant. I'm stupid and I know about it, bro. Or the few hobbies that I'm not ignorant on, I'm still I qualify, and I always say how wrong I can be and blah blah blah. But once again, it's not people's fault. It's not people's fault, man. It's the world they've been given. It's the atmosphere people have been thrown into, man. It's very hostile. And I'm not helping it by saying this. So I've got to, what I need to do is be more nice and kind and patient and understanding, and I gotta be better. The only way I can I get frustrated by others, but the only way I can solve that is being better myself. I can't just go around complaining everybody else is a problem except for me. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. That's some baby boy behavior. Fuck that, man. That's some gamer Karen behavior. If everyone's bothering me, then I gotta stop letting people bother me. You know, and there's some days where it's okay to vent and like, feel that way, but the solution is within yourself. I'm doing good. I sound like I'm not doing good. I'm doing very good, Sammy. I just like talking. I like talking about philosophy stuff. What's up, man? Like a little loser. I'm doing good, man. How you doing, dude? How do I catch Pokemon? I'm still trying to figure that one out. I just thief them. I don't even know how. And that's the other, like, I've been becoming jaded, and I want to stop that, Ginger Mac, because like, it's not that the PokeMMO community has zero comprehension skills. I think 99% of the community, is actually really smart. I think the PokeMMO community is honestly like really, really amazing and really exceptional. I think sometimes I personally get stuck on the bad apples or get stuck on the 1%, and that's my problem. That's I get one guide. I'm the ultimate. I get Omega one guide, you know? Consider this, Pat. Yeah, /S. Yeah, true, true, true. Do. False, we are dumb guys jorking it. I think the PokeMMO community is smart guys jorking it, to be honest. I think the PokeMMO community is a lot of pretty, like, smart, chill, calm people pretending to be dumb, which is based. It's way better than dumb people pretending to be smart. Let me tell you that. I think maturing and growing up is realizing that, like, being dumb is kind of better, and, like, ignorance is bliss, and, like, not like, well, there's layers to that. Yes and no, and yes and no, and no and yes, and but, like, I think a lot of us are getting older and we're all chilling the fuck out and realizing, like, I hate the argument of it's not that deep, but you do gotta pick your battles versus, like, yeah, I'm the worst. I gotta pick my battles better. I'm one of the worst people at picking my battles. I take every fight, I take every battle. It's not healthy. I gotta pick my battles. Loop all the way around. Yeah, based. It's at Giga Chad. He's yapping. There he goes a yapping. I'm sorry to be so what's the word, like, so annoying. That's fucking insane, Alice. Congratulations, dude. Fucking hell yeah. I'm sorry if I'm being too, like, confrontational, Ginger Mad. And I understand how I don't think so. I think the moment we start assuming anyone is bad actors, it's not good. That's what the bad apples, in my opinion, do. The moment you start thinking, oh, that person only has an opposite opinion of me because they're bad actors, they're just not understanding, blah blah blah, I think that's what leads to the I know it's so, sometimes it feels like that's the only way, right? But you got to avoid it. You got it. Like, it's just, it can't be true. It can't be true. There's no reason for, there's no discussion to be had. I don't think it's bad actors. I don't like that. I hate that in the modern era people jump to, oh, it's just bad faith, or oh, you're just a bad. So few people are that. There are people who are delusional, or are people who are, like, you know, but they're not bad actors or in bad faith. I think most people who have what I would call improper logic are really trying their best and really are earnest and really, like, they mean it. They just need a little bit of help, and I've been that way. I get it, you know, like, I don't think there's, I don't like us. I never ever want to assume, because if you're talking to someone and you assume they're a bad faith actor, why are you even talking to them? That's your fault at that point, which sucks. If you, like, maybe you didn't know before the discussion began or things like that. Being dumb is like being dead. You don't know that you are. It's yes and no. What if we could strategically be dumb? I think that's kind of based. Strategically being chill. I don't recommend using charms. I think charms are often super not worth it, Ghost. I would just do donor status only, no matter how many encounters you're at personally. It does, well, so yeah, and it does suck. There are a lot of people right now who assume malice is the best way, and you just can't. There are a lot of people right now in the world who are in immovable positions, right? A lot of conspiracy theories are unmovable positions inherently because that's the appeal to them, right? A lot of people like appealing to comfort rather than, like, adapting or changing their views over time, or most humans aren't pursuing the most logically correct or the most correct answer. They're pursuing whatever makes them comfort and whatever feels right in the moment. I really don't want to bring, I have a lot of respect. I don't want to ever bring up, I love GB Weed. I don't want to bring up names just so anybody thinks I'm calling them out or coming after them. I have a large platform. We had a really good discussion with GB Weed in that video about alts. Like, that's the beautiful thing, is, like, my video talking about alts, we had a lot of amazing discussion on stream and even in YouTube comments. Dude, I work really hard. If you go look at the comments on that video, I go look at most of my videos. I heart react, will even pin, will respond to opposing views constantly. And that's why it makes me so fucking sad and disappointed in a world where there are actually echo chambers and are actually like people who like are algorithm farming and blah, blah, blah. Why would I spend so much time arguing with my audience? Why would I spend so much time debating? Why would I heart react? Why would I engage with people who disagree with me and be like, how many times do you watch me talk to someone and be like, I disagree with you, but that's a really good argument. I've got to consider that. That's a good layer. Like, not no one, but very few people are doing this. And it sucks to like work so hard to earnestly prop up the voices of my opposition, and then to still have people being like, Patrouski's censoring me, or Patrouski's community is an echo chamber. And it's like, it's really sad because I feel like I'm one of the few. If you go, it's my history speaks for itself. If you go look at my videos, there are so many, there's so many things. There's so many videos of mine in spaces where I prop up opposing views, and I want people to make good arguments against me. The stronger the arguments are against my positions, the stronger my positions can become, or I can just change positions. I want the strongest position regardless of the result of that position. I don't care, like, I'm not tied to that, and I've always shown that, you know. What a sweet, you're so sweet to, no, even you having this thought in your head plate, you could never troll too much. You're a fucking sweetheart. I like, a little qualification goes such a long way in Twitch chat. You immediately have my heart in your hands. You're perfect, man. I've never felt that way with you, and I appreciate you saying that. That is incredibly sweet. I like the Lemmy's emote. What's up, Baklava? Yeah. You reach a point when you're trying to do good. Like when I'm heart reacting and telling people who counter argue against me, wow, that's a really good argument. Thank you for presenting it. And I'm gonna like try to like consider that and blah, blah, blah. For people to then still say like, I'm an echo chamber. If I was an echo chamber, we just wouldn't have these discussions. It would just be like my way or the highway, my opinion, blah, blah, blah. But we have discussions every day talking about the game. And yeah, if you watch it's only, I think people, and this happens, dude, I'm guilty of this. How many of you have had this experience? I've had this experience with at least 3 different streamers. How many of you have seen YouTube shorts, TikToks, or other YouTube videos or content talking about another content creator that you've never seen before, and you develop an opinion about them based on a piece of content about someone else? And then you go watch their stream like, man, this guy sucks. Let me just go check him out for a second and see, like, I'm feeling grumpy today. I'm gonna go take out some blah, 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 my frustrations on him. And you go watch his stream or their stream, and you're like, wait a minute, this guy's fine. What am I like? I've developed this perception of this person either based on like a few clips, or based on like their worst moments, or based on total fabrications and lies. Sometimes lying gets clicks. Clipping things out of context gets clicks. Unfortunately right now, I think we're back in the like leafy. I think Zoomers are, I'm a Zoomer. I think Zoomers are experiencing the same Leafy is here, Keemstar. We've already done this, but we found our way back here. Drama YouTube is hot right now. Drama YouTube is back. I fucking hate it. I dread drama YouTube. I do everything to avoid it in my content. All I can encourage you guys to do is like, don't click drama content. Vote with your click. Don't be like, oh, I gotta check it out though. Don't watch drama content. It's good to watch critiques, to be fair. Somebody's gotta see if it's a good critique. It's tough. Drama content is just fucking pathetic. To me, it's like the lowest of the low. Better than populism. I like that. It's similar veins. They're places to debate, kinda. I think I might agree with you that it's better than pop. I also hate populism. I mean, that's one of the other most toxic like types of communities. I couldn't, like the constant counterculture. Yeah, I could, yeah. Hit me back, yeah. Like, but those people are like, yeah. Anyways, I really don't. I hate. It makes me so dreadfully sad to load up YouTube and see all the like. I love the joke. What's the one where it's like there's some sketch comedy thing that did like the downfall of Timmy Chuckler or some shit. Like, I hate those like downfall videos. Like Bro, those are people, man. That to me is like wicked fucking sad. Videos that like go over the rise, or maybe the, I don't know, downfall or whatever of some person. Like you just view them as like these like content creator icons, but it's fucking people with feelings, man. I don't know, not to be too like cringe or whatever, but critique is good critique is one of the most valuable things in the world. Good critique is far and rare on the internet. Good critique might come out like, I would say less than 1% of comments on the internet that are even trying to be critiqued are good. Good critique is very valuable and very difficult to find. Most people are just lashing out, sadly. But I mean, the real beauty of being an artist is trying to find good critique even in bad messages. I think that's like really important. I do try to do that whenever possible. What's up, Solace? How you doing? Yeah, that as well. Yeah, I don't know, Brancel. That as well. It's, yeah, it's sad to me. I don't know. So okay, I feel like when you put yourself out there, you know what to expect, at least nowadays. Yes and no. Like, should I expect feedback and pushback? Absolutely. Should I expect hate comments? Absolutely. Does it make them okay? No, right? Like, if that's not to like put you in the same group as this kind of person, but it's the same kind of argument of like, oh, what was she wearing? She knew what she was wearing. I'm sorry, what? Like, that's never, no, that's not a good argument, bro. It's not a good argument. What are you, no. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you got to be fucking real careful with stuff like that. Like, obviously when someone goes on the internet, I've grown up on the internet. I've been here. I understand. Okay. I've seen all types of toxicity. I've seen all types of the internet. But you don't want to do the like, yes, do I expect, you know, things, but like, is it okay? No, it's not okay, you know? Does that make sense? Just because you expect something doesn't mean it's okay, you know? Kill brain cells, yeah. What are you farming here? Fossils. Fossils. One of the best places in the game to farm fossils. Anyways, I hate talking about whatever. Back to PokeMMO. I hate talking about like the profession side of it or whatever. This guy has the name King Jiggly. What a good fucking name, bro. King Jiggly is a banger name. Bro is Jiggling. King Jiggly is a fantastic name. What's a good comparison of the IronMan versus profile? I still haven't decided in 2 days. What's a good comparison of the IronMan versus profile? A good comparison, like an analogy. And if you've played old school RuneScape, that's the easy one. But like, what's the comparison? If you're familiar with it, it's like an extra challenge account that makes things a little bit grindier, but makes them. What is the comparison? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Fuck, shut the fuck, crew. That's a good bit, crew. I would love an Audino on the Ironman account. I don't know. I'm having a really hard time having a good answer to this. I'm so sorry. Good comparison of the Ironman versus normal profile. I mean, the main thing it's not a comparison, but the main thing to know is just like an Ironman is an account is like an account that will be a bit slower, take a bit longer, but also be more rewarding, and also like make the small things be more impactful and matter more, right? I think that's fair play. There's always going to be exceptions. I think that's, but even that gets into like tough things of like, The problem is when people do something really bad, do you want to make money off of it on YouTube, or do you want to, like, telling the story is important, to be fair, like you said, but I think the most important thing is like getting that person help and like rehabilitating the victims and the person, and like you have to, like, once again, like, versus like people get very vindictive about that stuff, but that's also gonna be like more. Also, you can feel free to, that's like a very different, like, feel free to have different people have different moral philosophies. There's no right or wrong. That comes down, you know, people just have different moral philosophies on how punishment should be handled. Like, are you an eye for an eye type guy? Are you like, you know, that there's no wrong. It's just really like whatever moral philosophy you think is best. There's no right or wrong. It's really just your personal preference of moral philosophy. So it's almost one of those things, like, it's not even worth, like, whatever you, I don't know, you're valid, you know, your opinion's valid type beat. Legit. You're a sophisticated chat now because you capitalize every word based. Hardcore Minecraft. I thought about it, and I'm not sure. It might be a good one. I respect so like the problem with the hardcore Minecraft analogy to Iron Man is, like, maybe it is just the best analogy for the average player. Maybe that is right. Maybe I'm just being annoying. I think it's kind of like how Iron Man and hardcore Iron Man are so different on RuneScape. Like, you can make mistakes on an Iron Man account. It's going to cost you time, but you can make mistakes. You can't make mistakes on a hardcore Minecraft account or a hardcore Iron Man, because if you do, it's one mistake is fatal, right? I suck at those game modes. I suck at hardcore Minecraft, hardcore Iron Man. I'm terrible at those things. I matched an ultimate Iron Man, but I could never play a hardcore. You know, they're just totally different things. Dude, what's up, Mafu and Kyles? What's up, man? How you both doing today? What's up? What's up? I'm a jork. Okay. Eye for an eye. Jork for a jork. God damn it. It's been a fun little stream, man. I don't say it very often, so I do want to get a quick reminder out there. I'm going on vacation in a sec, so I appreciate it. If you guys have enjoyed the stream, if you watch it for enough hours to where it's given you enough entertainment to be worth it and you can afford it, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, if you have Amazon Prime, it's free to support once a month. Gifted subs, if you want to be super generous and be nice. Above and beyond, you don't have to. PayPal, Venmo, above and beyond support. Fan funding is how I'm able to be full-time, how I'm able to spend as much time as I do here, streaming and things like that. Going to an East Coast beach, Kyle's, with some friends to celebrate his birthday. Dude, that's, yeah. It's crazy. No, it's actually insane how, like, one guy's death, one guy, like, Phil's, I really do feel like he flung it into the mains. Like, that's how I learned about it, Brancel. Stop the sellout. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you for letting me sell out. I appreciate it. True. My what's it called? My reputation down the toilet. Okay, I didn't expect gifted subs. That's above and beyond. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs from fucking, also a person who's been an incredibly amazing person to have in chat. Like, I've enjoyed your chats. You positively impact me with your chats. To then go above and beyond on top of it and gift subs and to sub yourself with the Cool Dude membership, bro. I fucking really appreciate that, Northpaw. Thank you so much, man. I hope the content has earned it from you. If it hasn't, it better get to fucking work, man. I really appreciate that, dude. I'm honored you liked it. That's like something like a sweet, simple compliment like that, like, hits the hardest Friday. Thank you so much, man. I'm honored people like my YouTube videos. Like, that's dumb. Like, that's still a weird thing to, like, hear. Like, that's crazy. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Northpaw. That is fucking super nice, man. Dude, I've never visited California, so I have no fucking idea. I can respect that, Kyle's, man. I can only imagine. Don't say unfortunately. Don't apologize. Dude, I grew up watching I was that guy. I grew up watching so many Twitch streams. Never subbed, stolen laptop, neighbor's Wi-Fi. I was not actually. It was like it's an old meme if you don't know. I didn't actually steal I bought my laptop from my work, okay? But, like, don't ever feel guilty or bad. It's not worth it. The point of my content is to, like, make people add to people's lives, you know. And if I can add to their lives enough to where people want to go above and beyond and support that, and that can keep me around, and I can hopefully like spread the positivity train going type beat. Not good vibes only, not positively only, that's cringe, but you know, like overall positive, you know what I mean. I really appreciate it, you know. That's like so fucking, I try to be honest, North Paw. I'm not every day. Some days I'm irritable or grumpy, or some days I'm not in the right headspace, and I don't want anybody to think of me as some, like, you know, I just try my best, and I think a lot of people do, right? No, dude, I'm honored. I'm deeply honored you like it, North Paw. Like, that's amazing, man. Thank you so much, Spidget. I should play a randoms while we're there, man. Right on global. No, right on these nuts. Right on this dick. J-rated. Was there actually a ride on, or was that a D's nuts joke setup? Only time will tell. Dude, it's one of those things. Okay, glaze is a funny term, and sometimes people can whatever, but like, we need to be glazing the homies more. Bro, guys are not doing well. Like, a lot of people aren't doing well. And when guys aren't doing well, they sometimes do bad things to other people. So if you want everybody to be happy, be nice. Just be nice to everybody. We should be pro glaze. Like, glazing sometimes is, don't be afraid to glaze, you know? All right, lay down. Okay, why is that the most menacing thing you've typed? All right, lay down. Just so crazy. The most fucking menacing thing, dude. Holy shit. All the bad eggs. That's very sweet of you to say. I think of that as like the bare minimum, and it makes me sad that sometimes it's not always the, yeah, like, there are plenty of streams where I walk away being like, I think I put more bad into the world today than good, and that sucks, and all you can do is go to sleep and try again tomorrow. Like, that's life, you know. And it does deeply infuriate me that some people like don't acknowledge that, you know, don't ever acknowledge like, maybe I had a bad day, maybe I was bad to people today, you know. We all hurt people. It's part of being a human, whether it's and 99.9% of hurt is like unintentional. Almost, it's very rare someone intentionally tries to hurt someone. It's usually unintentional. It's usually like a subconscious. You're not thinking conscious like, oh, I want to hurt this person. It's almost always a mistake. And often, people are taught that if something is a mistake, mistakes are tough because mistakes may not be your fault, but they can be your responsibility. But it depends. That even depends, you know. So it's just all complicated. It's all layered. The biggest thing, you know, if someone says like, "Hey Pat, like you're hurt," if we're ever talking and people have been taught to like not. People have been put on guard and told to not tell others you're hurting my feelings, when in reality that is one of the best ways to approach things. If I'm ever hurting your feelings and you say, Patrouski, I feel like you're hurting my feelings, and if I respond rudely to that, I am such an asshole that day. I really am. Truly, it doesn't matter what, like, because if you say I'm hurting your feelings, I need to shut up and stop and drop everything and just like chill. Like that's a good like that's a good relationship tip as well. Not the wife guy, but that's a big thing. One of the biggest problems that I have is I get stuck on like, I have to be logical and thought process is super important. If your partner ever tells you, like, and they usually don't communicate it like this, but if you ever notice your partner is just hurt, stop. Like, the logic and the what the conversation was initially about doesn't really matter as much anymore. Now you just have to care about your partner and care about, like, if you truly care about them. Alice, if that's true, I love you. We lock in. Congrats on your shiny Sentret. Did you already have a Sentret or some shit? No, I'm hurting your feelings. No, fuck. God damn it, Smokey. I don't know. You could also, you don't have to. I was gonna say, don't you at least have one? Loving like shiny Furt or Sentret's a cute Pokemon to like really love. I love the walk, the like Furt walk song, right? What was I saying? If you also DM me on Discord, I've had people DM. It is so responsible when someone DMs me on Discord and says like, hey man, like, I know you were making a joke today on stream, but something you said hurt my feelings or whatever. Like, and you can, dude. I almost always am like, dude, I'm so fucking sorry. Holy shit, that's not worth it. Like, I like to be funny, I like to tell jokes, but it's not worth it if I'm hurting someone, you know? To me personally, you could argue at a certain point, if you hurt one person but make 10,000 people exceptionally happy, there starts to be a value thing there. But I'm not big enough to worry about that, thankfully. I'm fucking small, so I don't want to hurt people as much as possible. I'm gonna hurt people, but you guys just apologize anyways. Can we stop rambling about cringe shit? Beach time. What is your favorite, if you had to pick one item to bring to the beach, what's your favorite thing? What's up, Bowie? I did only sleep 5 hours, which is, I'm a baby when it comes to sleep. I usually need my 8 hours, but I'm kind of chilling. No, I guess I think people shouldn't have feeling the TMs. You're probably right, crew, but no, I don't know. That's tough. Yes and no. I don't mind tending to people's. I do it. I don't like. Streaming is a feelings. You guys tend to my feelings by watching my streams sometimes. I don't want to get too parasocial. Where like that's true. I'm bad with. I kind of don't set enough parasocial boundaries. I'm kind of bad with that. I kind of encourage bad parasocial behaviors, and then like I'm like, why are you guys so parasocial? But meanwhile, like I kind of, you know, it's like that's a really, there's a lot of really good critiques to be made of my content. A really good one is I think Patrouski interacts with his community in kind of an unhealthy, arguably somewhat parasocial way. That's probably fair. What else? My editing is dog shit / non-existent. That's one of the. I wish my haters would just be like, I hate Patrouski's videos. They're boring and unedited dog shit. I would be like, I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me. That's totally fine. Versus like, I hate Patrouski. He stole my girlfriend's cat. Why you gotta make stuff up? Why? Just say you don't like me for some other, or just say I don't like him. Just say you don't like me. I know why. It's because often when people don't like things, they have to invent some logical reason because it's treated as bad to just not like something. I don't really like Glenn Powell or his movies. Now, I don't fucking know Glenn Powell. This opinion is not that serious. I would never say this to his face. I don't know him as a person at all. I don't actually dislike Glenn Powell, but I do I get a little frustrated when I see him acting in a movie. Yeah, I really don't like his movies, and I really don't care for his acting. But that's not on him as a person. And people like people get really parasocial and weird, you know? Did I think that The Running Man was one of the most dumbed down movies I've ever seen in my life? Absolutely. I thought it was really, really like laughably bad, but I had a really fun time watching it still, honestly, for that reason. I gave The Running Man a 1/2 star and a like, which is one of the funniest reviews you could possibly give on Letterboxd. I always joke about, there's an unironic dialogue in The Running Man where the main character is like, they're running tests, right? No, don't tell them, no person. They're running tests for this like game show, and they're like, Mr. Glenn Powell, our tests show that you're the angriest man we've ever tested. And he goes, really? That really pisses me off. What was the budget of that movie? Budget of The Running Man. Like, how many writers slaved over that dialogue? $110 million. $110 million for the dialogue of, you're the angriest person we've ever tested. That really pisses me off. What is it, a fucking children's movie? Like, what? Not even that would be. It's one of the most embarrassing dialogues I've ever seen. It's so crazy. It probably does get worse. That's kind of like, as it's yes and no. I have to learn. Honestly, I'll be honest. I think I have to learn more about parasocial stuff. I get it obviously, but like, I think a lot. I'd have to learn more. I don't know. You know, type beat. I think I lean that being correct, but then maybe that's parasocial brain cell. I don't know. I don't have strong opinions on parasocial, I guess. I have to learn more. This is, you don't get aerophyll here. Aerodactyl. You don't get aerodactyl fossils here. Good question. Those will come from Kanto, like old ambers or whatever. Sorry, man, had to be said. Don't cancel me over sharding in your car. I had some bad ham and apple juice. Okay, give me a break. What was I saying? It's, yeah, for sure a balancing act. Yeah. That's really sweet, Plate. I'm honored that people like, you know, that style. I like that. I watch a lot of videos like that, you know. Bro. Sunblock. If I come back burned, you guys need to make fun of me. That is, I'm giving you preemptive permission and consent. If I come back burned, you need to make fun of me more. What does tight beat mean, and why do you keep saying it? No, don't unk me that hard. Come on. I had an IRL friend recently be like, bro, you've been saying tight beat. The guy that I'm going to at the beach, actually, he was like, you've been saying tight beat a lot. Tight beat is a good slang. It just means like kind of vibe. Kind of vibe. Tight beat is like the new vibe. Like, oh, what do you guys want to get for lunch? I don't know, like a pizza type beat. And pizza type beat doesn't necessarily mean pizza. It could be like pizza, Italian, pasta, like sandwiches that have like the similar flavor profile, potentially like an Italian sub. Type beat just means like a vague vibe, you know? I say it a lot. I'm unk, bro. Type shit. Can't say type shit in front of my mother-in-law. I did say type beat to my mother-in-law. Oh my god. Okay. I do have, very funny to me, you guys might not find it that funny. Yesterday, my mother-in-law called me Burger Boy without knowing that you guys, especially Clarko, sometimes also refer to me as Burger Boy. She called me Burger Boy, and I was like, how do you know that's my nick? How do you know people call me that? And she was like, what are you talking about? I just made it up. I have multiple people in my life who independently gave me the nickname Burger Boy. What the fuck does that say about me? I don't know what, I'm just wrestling with that in my mind all day today. What the fuck does that mean? Dude, that was shocking. You look like a Burger Boy. That was fucking shocking. When my mother-in-law was like, eat up, Burger Boy. I was like, I'm sorry, what? She was like, how's the burger? Does it pass your burger expectations, Burger Boy? I'm sorry, what? She wanted my like burger opinion. Mother-in-law has elite ball knowledge. Dude, she's amazing. I wouldn't change her for the world. She's a chatter. There's no way. If she heard me curse as much as I do, she'd be not happy. I would get a spank. She would tell me to go pick a switch from the yard. Oof. Merge him in a burger man. Now we're talking. Smack her. Smack my mother-in-law. That's a good, you know what? Maybe I'll, no, I'm not even gonna, shut up. What the fuck? What's up, Raymond, by the way? How you doing, man? What's your favorite fast food / casual burger boy? I never had Culver's. I need to try it. My mother-in-law is taking her talents to Uxie. You guys are, that's my wife saying that. Her mother is, okay, anyways. That's tough. Favorite fast food / fast casual burger. My favorite burger in the whole world just got shut down. I'm really fucking sad about it. The restaurant got shut down. They were just in a bad location, but it was my favorite. It was a an aged triple patty cheeseburger. That was it, but it was like from like a deli type place. Oh, dude, and the first time I ordered it, I was like, the dry aged steaks are awesome and stuff, but I was like, there's no way dry aging ground beef or like there's no way that matters. The first time I ordered it, I was very skeptical. I was like, this feels like a Wagyu burger type thing, which Wagyu burgers are kind of like a faux thing where like they just throw in some like Wagyu fat, to my knowledge. It doesn't really impact the flavor that much, but I haven't had that many Wagyu burgers, so maybe I'm wrong. That's my understanding. What I've been told by some of the burger experts in my field. I am the burger boy, right? But I did not expect, it was a local place, North Paw. I could tell you in Discord DMs. Yeah. But what's it called? I didn't expect an aged burger to like matter. And holy fuck, it was the best burger I've ever had in my life, and I went there multiple times. And they had like this barbecue sauce that was awesome. I love barbecue sauce. It's my favorite sauce. Love barbecue sauce drenched burger. But that was one of the few burgers where I didn't want to drench it in too much sauce, as I wanted to taste the dry aged flavor, or not the, yeah, it mattered so much, man. Holy fuck, I did not expect dry aged burgers to really have that much like of a flavor intense profile. Like, it was so good, dude. Five Guys is really good. It kind of makes me suspicious when people don't like Five Guys. Five Guys is amazing. It's just expensive, but it's really good. Five Guys is very, very good. It's just really expensive. I don't know my favorite. Burgers are up. Burgers are good, man. Favorite fast casual burger is so tough. If you asked me, like, okay, am I in the mood? If I'm being honest, are you in the mood for a burger? Be honest. What are you getting on your average time when you're like in the mood for a burger? I'm gonna be so honest. It's probably the 2 for $4.50 deal at McDonald's, the 2 double cheeseburgers. I know it's kind of lame and basic, but like $4.50 for 2 double cheeseburgers. McDoubles and double cheeseburgers, man, they fucking hit. They hit the spot. Like, it's also the best food. Okay, people sleep on. Okay. You're right, but let me be confrontational for no reason, because I'm super annoying. What a nice thing to say, Raymond. What the hell? That's very sweet. I feel like I look like a wet turtle, but thank you. Local places always have the best food and the worst food. People don't like to shit on. Don't worry, guys. I'll do what no one is willing to do. Shit on small business. I'm just. Hear me out. It's why it's so important to support the small businesses that you actually like and actually do well. Because it's like small businesses are fucking amazing. But there's a reason why 90% of restaurants close down in the first 2 years, right? Like respectfully. And it's different reasons. Sometimes they make amazing food but don't know how to market, which is that's the real ones you want to give your support to. Sometimes they make dog shit food but know how to make graphic design art. You know, like, it's just local places will either be $18 for the shittiest food you've ever paid for, or it'll be like $12 for like a way better deal than Chipotle. Some of the best food you've ever had, high protein. Like it so depends. Like, local places are either like a fucking actual scam or amazing. It just, yeah. I like Wendy's. Wendy's is now. Oh, I have a Wendy's fun fact. Okay, I found this out recently. I love all Asian foods, all Asian fusion. I love all. Yeah, absolutely. But here, I have a fun little food Patrouski take of the day, and rather than a take, it's actually a fun fact that I learned from a YouTube video recently within the week. Okay, Wendy's. Well, I didn't know this. The reason Wendy's chili exists is because it was a way for them to use the leftover hamburger that didn't sell the day before. I never knew this. Have any of you, like, that's why Wendy's sells chili, and no other fast food does this. No, they all just throw away the burger. They throw away the leftover food. They don't sell chili. And I think it's so interesting because usually chili is like you need to let it simmer, and it takes a long time to blend all the flavors. It takes a long time to make a good chili. But Wendy's does this weird thing where they use their leftover beef, and it's a way, it saves on food waste, and it saves on cost. Now, is the Wendy's chili that? I think the Wendy's chili is the ultimate like 5 out of 10 chili. I think it's absolutely fine. There are worse chilies for more money. I had Ben's chili recently at the airport. I thought Ben's chili was pretty bad. Sad. That was like a 2 out of 10 chili. I was really excited for it. It was at the airport, to be fair. I paid like $20 for chili at the airport. It is my proudest moment, honestly. I was having a blast, but it wasn't very good chili, but I enjoyed it. The best chili okay, this sounds insane. Hear me out. Some of the best chili, it's not the best, because the best is like, the best chili is your bro named Joe who lives out of his truck off the highway or some shit. He makes the best chili. Everybody knows that. Wears overalls all day. That's the best chili maker. But the best chili, some of the best chili I've had like at a restaurant, bro, Texas Roadhouse's chili is like legit. It's weird. It's good. I swear by Texas Roadhouse chili. That is one of the sides that I get if I go to Texas Roadhouse for the lunch, the dine early special. Try that Texas Roadhouse chili. That's the food Patrouski take of the day, bro. You had a fun fact weaved in there. You had a fun fact, a food Patrouski take. That was... We're versatile, fellas. Is there a chili Pokemon? Not yet. Texas Roadhouse is goated, man. I love stuff like that. Like... About chat. I was doing a quick little clip. What I missed. Wendy's. You can't do D's nuts jokes with Wendy's. It's a failed D's nuts joke. You can't do it. You can't do D's nuts joke. It's a low brow. We really take our D's nuts jokes seriously around here, guys. High brow D's nuts jokes only, please. Dude, I love to be an optimist. All fast food is getting wicked expensive, especially for like that's insane. Or Eruptor, you know, like if you try to order a meal, which is like if you try to order a meal at fast food, you're getting shafted. And it's why is that the case? Like it's you have to order like 3 things off the value menu. It's the only, and it's like you want a well balanced, but like but you know what I mean. Like it's interesting. Yeah. So I'm honestly, it's really awesome to see. I've had like 3 people ask, where's the schedule? I apologize for no schedule today. I'm honored you guys like the schedule that much. That was like a really recent new addition. I'm honored you guys like it so much. That's like really, that makes me happy to see. Very chill day. So no schedule today, just a very chill stream, pre-beach trip. Now I'm going to random status. I don't know. I don't know. I've never heard of that or thought about that. So the honest answer, I'd have to think about it more, Gravy, to give you a real good answer. Transfer alpha status. My instinct was I wouldn't want that, but the more that I'm thinking about it, maybe that'd be fine. It'd be a way to consume alphas, like you said. My voice is so weird. You're so sweet, Solus. Why are you being so nice, man? I appreciate. That's really kind of you. You don't have to be that nice. I appreciate it. I probably should just. I should just take the I should just take the nice. Don't argue with the nice people, Patrouski. You'll get. Don't worry. People will call you tons of names later just to just make the kind comments on stream while you can. I gotta get better at that. Rage bait's always on the. No rage bait today. We're beach tripping. We're chilling. For cost, even Taco Bell. Like a lot of people have been talking about it. Taco Bell's box. They're like cheap. Build your own cravings box that fucking got like super nerfed recently. They nerfed it, bro. They patched it. You can't get the beefy 5-layer burrito as the second option anymore. It got more expensive. It's tough, man. I have never made chili myself, and that is a great shame. Chili feels like one of the best foods to make at home because people sleep on there are some recipes you can make to save a lot of foods. The most reason people cook at home is to save money, right? You made it cringe. I did. God damn it. I'm the king of making people give me an earnest compliment and me making it annoying. You're not wrong. I'll own that. My flaw, I'll take it. Anyways, but like chili is also probably pretty cheap to make at home, but it's cheaper to buy in a can, right? Now is that, you know, you can make it healthy or whatever. The real benefit of like making stuff at home is fucking changing things to your flavor profile. That's why I don't like following recipes, but I'm also unhinged, so it's not great advice. But like I have a very distinct flavor profile. I really like deeply sweet and savory things. I add barbecue sauce to my hamburger helper. I have a very distinct Patrouski palette. Okay, the real best thing about cooking at home is like I'm ruining the fast food money making methods, but god damn it, the real best thing about cooking at home is adjusting things, like making your chili how spicy you want it to be, adding the right amount of beans, right? No beans, maybe if you well, I didn't realize that chili originally didn't have beans. I didn't know that. I thought it was the opposite, where like some people prefer it without beans. I always prefer it without beans, but like now that I'm getting older, I'm gonna eat chili with beans because it's nice filler, it's more nutritious, it's healthier for you. As an adult, even though chili without beans is better, I'm gonna suck it up and eat the beans. I need to eat more beans in my diet. Let's be honest, you know, that's better for me. But is it better without beans? Yeah, you know, that beefy, you know, for sure. I'd love to make my own, but all this TLDR is I would love to make my own chili. That sounds like That sounds awesome. Pantsplosion. That's what you're going with, Pantsplosion. That's what you. You also at least minimum spent like 2 minutes thinking of that joke, because we've been talking about chili for like 5 minutes. Chili with beans equals Pantsplosion. I'm gonna be sitting at the beach at like 9 p.m. later tonight and being like, chili plus beans equals Pantsplosion. I'm gonna be like reflecting. Yeah, I read someone type that today. Chili plus beans equals Pantsplosion. I was kind of fucking beautiful, honestly. No, okay. Alrighty, fellas, I feel like we made some decent progress. A chill little stream today. I'm gonna go ahead and go pack my bags and head to the beach for the weekend. I hope you guys have a good weekend yourselves. I hope you like the videos that I put out. An IronMan episode is coming. Some guides might be coming out. Tons of random stuff. I don't know what I have scheduled, honestly. I will see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Have a great time. Like the video if you enjoyed it. As always, subscribe for daily videos. I do upload every single day. Bean discussion in chat right now. If you want to come talk about beans and chili live on stream, always come watch me Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. I've been going live a little bit earlier these days as well. So sometimes like 10 a.m. occasionally if I'm just up early. Discord's down below. If you want to go above and beyond and support the content, give me some money for more chili and beans. Make my own. I gotta invent my own chili recipe at home. I'm thinking about that. I haven't done it yet, but we're gonna work on it. Need more chili money. YouTube memberships, Twitch primes, and chili recipes and suggestions in the comments. That's no comments about PokeMMO today. Only chili suggestions. What peppers, what ratios, spice levels, spice is in the techniques in the comments. Thank you so much. You guys know the drill. But if you want to support above and beyond, there are links down below to do so. Otherwise, have a great day. Make chili, and good luck in your PokeMMO grinds. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace, Reno, fellas. No PokeMMO discussion today, guys. Only chili. I'm gonna go raid someone on Twitch. If you want to go spread some smiley faces, make people happy, you can raid someone on Twitch and spam them with smiley faces. It's one of the easiest ways to spread joy in the world. Okay. This guy streams. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. If there's only one there's only one streamer that I ever raid who doesn't stream PokeMMO, and it's because you don't need to. He plays old school RuneScape, so you might even like that. This guy is just entertaining. I truly believe Jim Sauce is one of the most entertaining people on Twitch. I don't know how he does not have 1,000+ viewers. This guy, also he's a Steelers fan. Yuck. And I still love him. I still find him incredibly funny, and he's awesome. Give him a chance. He deserves more viewers. He's an awesome guy. You'll quickly fall in love with him. Very handsome. He's married, so shut up. Keep your dick in your pants. No jorking in his chat. Be respectful. You can't talk about chili though. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Pantsplosion. Bye.